I forgot how to turn my microphone back on for a minute there. That's a good way to start a stream. Anyway, what's up everybody? Yeah, I think today we'll do some more of the dragon nonsense using chat's unit. So I guess what we'll do here, because I want the people we're using to be, you know, active in chat right now, is I'll try to remove everyone that we already used yesterday and that kind of thing, and then we'll just have people send the invites again. I really wish there was a better way of doing this system though, because they only let you have 20 invites at a time. Oh god, I think we're gonna have a full support. Okay, here's what we'll do, because I think there's more than 20 people who are gonna try to send me invites. So I'll remove all the invites, and then we'll take invites, we'll accept those, and then we'll do that one more time, so we have like as many people as possible. But I'm probably gonna hit the cap on friends here, and it's going to be terrible. Okay, so I guess if people want to go ahead and send the invite, they can, because I'm removing the invites now. And if I remove you from my friends list here, you can just send it again too, that's fine. Oh, I'm doing this backwards then, aren't I? Okay, hold on. Yeah, I should remove things first so they can send it again before it's full. Why do they gotta make this so fucking complicated? Okay, that's boatless, but I don't think he plays NA much, so it's okay if I nuke that one. Let's see, let's heal. How are we gonna do this here? Okay, I gotta try to remember who I used last time, so we don't use them again, just to be fair. I don't recognize anyone's name, I'm probably gonna nuke them just because I don't know if they're in chat right now. Like, there's no way for me to know if they're actually in the stream or not, and I'm trying to prioritize people that are actually here just because that's fair, I figure. That name. Like the Jekyll and Hyde, though. If only he would be buffed. Okay, this is going to be so... I think we used that yesterday. Man, I don't have enough space! Just give me an unlimited friends list, right? And then let me pick like a favorites tab that you can summon whenever you want. See, then this would be a lot easier. But they don't let you do that, unfortunately. Okay, that's probably as good as I'm gonna get it. Okay, we'll nuke the invites. I'm not sure I just spoke proper English, but then y'all can send invites, and then we'll add everybody, and then we'll add however many more we have slots for. I'm literally gonna go 87 out of 87 today. Hey Saber Nero, thank you for the resub. For 34 months, that's a little bit of time there. Okay. I guess I'll just, what's the best way to get it to update? This fucking game. And Shiro Blue, who I just removed, feels bad. Thank you for the 11-month resub. I think that was the Jekyll and Hyde. Either that or was the person I removed right after. Oh, I know. You can update. You can go into a stage and update the list and then go back, and that updates your friends list. No, not CCC. God, I'm gonna have to watch the stupid intro bullshit. Yep, thanks game. Yeah, I haven't done this event like 80 times already. Oh my god! BB, go away! Look how long you have to commit to this. You click one button. You click one button and then all this. Jesus. Back! Go back! Wonder if that updated the list. Nope, it did not. We can't really— oh my god, though! We really can't do chat versus CCC because there's just way too much farming in the regular event, so... You just burn a few things here. We here at Green Incorporated normally encourage people to make CE bombs, but fuck it. Alright, that'll get the job done. Or not. What the fuck? That normally works. I'm just restarting the game now. Why did he have to make this so annoying? I don't find the My Room thing works very well. Also, I really have to stress this. I will jump through hoops, not to go to my room while streaming, because it is very easy to accidentally misclick something. Even, like just if you click the wrong part of the screen when you're scrolling down, and you're like, oh, here's my bind code, right? So yeah, there's rarely will I go there unless I have to. And that's why a lot of times when I do, I turn the screen off, because I've actually popped up my bind code when I'm not streaming, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'd rather just not do that. By the way, just a little reminder, DW, could you add an actual account system into your game? That would be great. Okay, time to spam buttons. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add all these, and then we'll let people send invites again, and we will add them again until we're pretty much full, and then we'll... Good luck getting to the top of the list, by the way, because there's so many freaking people, but, boy, I hope we're not... And also, a reminder, whatever unit you want used has to be in the all slot. Hold on, I need to get my ruler here so I can cover up the stats. Fuck! The fuck is the... Okay, anyway. Alright, so you got room, you can send invites one more time, and then I'll just gonna reset again, and then we'll back at it. Oh god, my support list is massive. Okay. Alright, looks like we only got 5 more, so we weren't that far over cap. I'll check it again in a second. Like, we'll do a stage, and then we'll come back, because there's probably going to be a couple more. But we don't have room for that many more, so it's not going to really matter. Okay, we're ready. What do we get first? Oh, it's MFJ. Alright, let's see what we got here. I think I can figure this out pretty easy. I think it's Mordred and Mordred, and then after that though it's kind of tough. Maybe Penth. Yeah, I'll say it's Mordred then Mordred Penth. That's my guess here for the 2K foes. Okay, got that right. Big surprise. Wrong button. Got that right. And then is Penth getting any? Or is there no? Okay, nope, not Penth. So it's someone else, or no one is getting them. Let's see, who else is grailed? Achilles is grailed. Oh, it might be Achilles. He's 100. Yep, it's Achilles. Okay, well, I tried. I was close enough. Well, I didn't know that, Ari. That's interesting. I see that now, though. There's like a little extra thingy. That's gonna make this almost too easy, because the max grailed ones, I guess, are the most likely to be the 2K foe. Although I guess you still have to guess which ones, you know, the semi, the one that's not all the way to 2K foe. I never realized that, though. Yeah, there's like an extra little dot there if they're max grailed. It's kind of cool. Alright, well, I guess Ryder Mordred, kind of a low bar on this one because neutral, which is fine, we like testing neutral here, but then AoE, so that's kind of rough. Does she even want Atlas? I haven't used her in quite a while. I think the last time I used her was actually for the 4-star tier list video, and that was a while ago. Let's see, we're only gonna be hitting one target. So she's 5, 7, 7. Man, I wish that evade was 6 instead of 7. Star rate, I don't know, Atlas might not be that great. If it allows her to evade twice, it's worth it though. We'll do it. It gives us really good uptime on the art. Art up. I tell you, it's gonna be real hard once JP, or I'm sorry, when NA is like further along, so they have more grails. Like on JP, it is pretty common for someone's entire support list to be grailed, right? Like that's not rare at all, because JP's just had so many grails, they give them out like candy these days. So, yeah, that'll make it a bit harder to guess. You have to, at that point, hope the person you're looking at you actually know from chat, so you might have an idea of what their taste is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my full support list is grailed, other than the level 1 George, but that's not exactly the same thing. Sometimes it depends. I switch within my caster slot pretty often, so sometimes it's Mozart, sometimes it's a VC Bronze, sometimes it's just like farming stuff like Scatty or whatever. I might start just putting a VC Braun and Poster Girl, just so when people are doing... I've said this before, and at this point, I don't need FP too much. I don't really look to get summoned a bunch during farming stuff. I want to be that guy that when someone's on a challenge quest or a main story mission, even if they're doing it at a time where like most people wouldn't be, like, oh man, everyone else is doing the event, but I'm actually doing Lost Vault 5 right now. I want my support list to have a lot of good options for that kind of thing, right? So if like, oh, because I'm sure people have noticed this, a lot of times challenge quests, you have a really hard challenge quest for an event. It's a farming event, but there's a really hard challenge quest. And then anything you would want to summon from your support list does not have like a CE that's oriented for challenge quests and crap like that. Like, there's just nobody on your support list that's like ready to go for a challenge quest. So you have to like ask them on Discord or something to slot something. But I try to keep mine to be something where it's like, yeah, most of the stuff I slot will be useful in the challenge quest area. Because I don't need FP, and that's the area of the game I care about, and so I want to help my bros out that are, you know, like-minded to me, so. Although I do try to keep Scatty up a lot just because nobody slots Scatty anymore, so I try to help people that want to do the quick stuff. Ryder Mordred's voice lines are really different from regular Mordred, by the way. On NA, Scatty is very common, and it's like Waver and Tam and those things, and Merlin even that are rare. And Merlin is really good for challenge quests, so that can be unfortunate. But on JP, it's just Caster Artoria forever. And it's because, one, she is very good, and she's like the easy mode farming route, but more people have Caster Artoria than all the other big supports, because she was so easy to get, because they gave out so much free SQ when she was rated up, that she is just unbelievably common. Alright, I think her, let me check. I think her guts last 3 turns. Yeah, it's 3 turns. That kind of sucks, to be honest. Like, some units that only last 3 turns, but they're like really bursty units, like Beowulf or whatever, that's gonna die quicker. So it's okay, but on her, that's pretty annoying. And this is like Mordred if she was in a fucking, like, slice of life anime. That's basically what this is. Waver's pretty rare these days, to be honest. I like that crit though. Dude, look at her almost looping on a single enemy, and if he had a decent hit count, she would have looped there. Unfortunately, this guy has a hit count of 1, so... I don't like this, so I feel like that's not gonna go off in time. I'm probably not gonna die in 3 turns, but I'm hoping it comes back so I can use it again. You might want to go see the wife. I'm just saying, 5th year anniversary, probably not the time to be watching a raging green smiley face. Yeah, congrats. Hmm. 92% again. That's so close it hurts. I guess I still click the red cards just because of the damage cut and heal. It adds up. So I've been playing EDF 5 recently. I've been talking about that some. It's like a game where you fight lots of giant insects and aliens and robots and stuff. It's a pretty over-the-top, ridiculous game. But it's pretty hard if you crank the difficulty up, and the co-op is actually really, really good. And I saw somebody talking about that, how him and his wife, that's one of the things they do for like their date night is play Earth Defense Force together and die to giant insects. So I was like, well, that's a fun way to do that. It is a good game though, I've really been enjoying it. I hate that we just overcharged that hard because we didn't loop. Very painful. Yeah, they confirmed the Solomon anime quite a long time ago. I mean, they basically confirmed it at the end of the Babylonia anime, so... Did they ever say, though, if it was a movie or an OVA or what? Because it'd be weird if it was like an anime. I guess you could make it a 12-episode anime, but I feel like movie or OVA would fit the best. Unless they're trying to really flush out some of the stuff, which I don't think they're going to, because they didn't with Babylonia. So I guess I invulnerability here, and then evade, and then guts. So we're getting to that health range where we might be able to buy ourselves 1 extra turn through the heal and everything. If we need like 4,000 life, we might live 1 extra turn. But we could get crit and it all goes out the window. You know, demon pillars shouldn't even be that hard to draw. They're large, but they're very simple shapes. So it shouldn't be that hard, but they might CGI them anyway. Yeah, the skill timing actually worked out pretty well here. Yeah, we're gonna be right on that health threshold where we might get an extra turn. Here's the thing, I always disagree with that mindset of like using CGI to like, you know, show something as other or whatever. That's lazy, that's an excuse, and that's stupid, right? You can do all of those things with animation, and actually I would say normally you can do those things better with animation. Animation is one of the most, actually I would say it is the most creative form of storytelling, because your imagination is the limit. If you've got the talent, animation is the best way on the planet to do, you know, really out there ideas and really crazy things. And like when they did Robin Williams in Aladdin, right? That worked so well because it was animation and you can do anything, right? Like, so one of the best ways to convey ideas like that is animation. The issue is the laziness factor and the budget and the timing and those kinds of things. Oh, fuck, you're right, she drains. Or she can drain. I don't think she always does it. Let me look. Yep, it's not even that. It's a 50-50. It's a fucking coin flip every time. God damn it. God damn it, dude. That sucks because now we don't get that turn anymore. We don't have that turn for maybe we get to live one more. because god damn it, that sucks. Don't worry, I'll just damage cut here, and that'll totally stop the NP from killing me. RNG drains are like my least favorite thing ever. Drains can be very good. They can actually be like incredibly useful, but RNG ones I super hate, especially on NPs. On a skill, you can plan around it. If you use a drain on a skill and it fails, you go, okay, well now I'll cast David's Evade skills in, or whatever. Where if it's on an NP, you've already committed to what skills you're going to use, and it's too late, and you're stuck with what you got. So we could have potentially lived for one more turn, but we might not have. We can just pretend we got crit and we didn't. But yeah, we could have gone for one more turn. Honestly, for neutral AoE, it's pretty good. It's not bad at all. Getting to 790, that's pretty solid. It could have gone a little bit farther. And we had fairly mundane command codes, nothing too fancy. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Little bit better than I thought she would do, honestly. She was looping a little bit better than I thought she would be able to do against a single enemy. Wait, who's this 10%? Ryder Mordred's, I think, is 50. Unless you overcharge her, then it goes up. What's crazy is if you max overcharge Ryder Mordred. Oh, Summer BB. Yeah, and doesn't she have like the chance for extra drain? That's different. Anyway, yeah, Mordred's only goes to 90% at max overcharge, and max overcharge is so rare. That's really dumb. Yeah, let me look at Summer BB. I want to say Summer BB has guaranteed to land the one and then a chance to land the other. But that's totally fine. Yeah, that's how hers is. That is completely fine. Because the one is guaranteed. That means the enemy will not NP that turn. And so if the extra one lands, you know, sure, now they take one turn even longer. But you know in advance, it's not that 10% one's not happening on a turn where it's gonna like fuck up what you need to do. Because if the 10% doesn't land, well, you'll just do it next turn anyway, and you know that. And then if it does land, you just wait another turn. So yeah, BB's is fine because the main one's guaranteed. So you know, don't use the survivability stuff this turn, and then the other one's just a bonus. So that's kind of cool. I wish they did more of them like that. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. That's kind of like Kingu's, the boss Kingu, his NP charge. How it affected him after his turn was over. It was still random, but it was after the turn. That way you couldn't just get RNG'd into an NP. I much preferred that. Like, if it procced, it still meant you're gonna have to deal with his NP sooner. So you might, you know, your cooldowns might not have come back in time, and so it's a whole thing you have to, like, deal with. But, yeah, it couldn't screw you over with just, lol, quick charge NP, dead. Alright, it's Zaw. Alright, it's our boy here. I think I can figure this out. Okay, so Canis isn't out yet, but I'm wondering if Zaw, it would save foes for Canis. Now, he would surely foe Martha in the meantime. Let's see. Okay, I'm looking for those sparkles. So we got Max, of course. Both Marthas are Max Grailed. Looks like no one else is Max Grailed. No, Jolter is Max Grailed. I'm gonna guess both Marthas are 2k foed, and then no one is like third place. There's no one in third place because he's either not playing NA enough to get them, or he's saving them for Canis. That just makes sense to me. So I'm gonna guess Ruler Martha is 2k foed and Ryder Martha is 2k foed, and if for some reason only one of them is 2k foed, I'll say Ruler Martha is 2k foed because I know he 2k foed Ryder Martha first on his other account, right? So this just makes sense. I'm trying to be logical here. Alright, what do we got here? God damn it, wrong button. Okay. 2k foe and Ruler, got that right. And then 2k on Ryder. So is there no third place, or is there a third place? Okay, not Jolter. Who else would it? I don't think it would be anyone else, because no one else is Max Grailed. I think I got it, so I'm assuming he's saving them or just doesn't have that many. I don't think anyone else would be in the running here. Okay, so we're half counterclassing. So the bar is actually kind of high now. Ruler Martha is not as like safe here as an archer would be, or as a berserker would be, but Ruler is still really good. However, her third skill does not work here So she's probably gonna, I think she's gonna fail, maybe? But the bar is set a little bit higher for her just because she's half counterclassing, which means she should theoretically get, more, under the hood value than a lot of other units. Saving it for Canis makes sense. Yeah, infinite CC removal is quite nice. Thankfully, though, in the meantime, here's the thing. Don't be stingy with your respec items, because you know they're basically worthless down the line anyway. So you might as well use them while you got them, because once they add the free respec, you don't really need them anymore. So, yeah, just use them while you got them if you want to do something fancier for a solo or whatever. Oh yeah, Tager versus 9, yeah, that's some painful shit right there. Oh yeah, Tiku, dude, Tiku is so, I fucking love that guy's gameplay, man. That guy did so good too in, what was it, Evo, I remember. Yeah, that guy's, he's awesome. Okay, we have starting NP, so we should be good to go here. Hell, I ran into my own comments from like 13 years ago, and it's weird. I was like, it's just wild seeing stuff that from that far in the past. I've ran into I Love Arjuna on random YouTube videos that have nothing to do with FGO or anything like that. I'll just randomly run into, like, I Love Arjuna will have like a top comment somewhere totally random, like, oh hi. That's happened like 3 times actually. I think we must have similar tastes in some areas, I guess. We actually kind of pushed it on our NP gain. I barely got it. Come on, Martha, make A star. But don't kill it. Oh boy, thank you, double defense up on the enemy there. We made 2 stars. Fantastic. 20% chance to crit spread amongst 5 cards. Great. Didn't go to any buster cards. Both stars went to the quick card. That's kind of enough right there. Alright, if this skill worked, if that skill worked, we would probably beat this. But unfortunately, this thing is not a demon, an undead, or divine, so it doesn't work. I will say, out of all the niche skills, that's one of the best ones, just because it's 3 niches in one, and divinity is so common. It's pretty awesome. At least for a niche skill that doesn't have another effect, right? Most niche skills these days have some kind of general use effect, but for the ones that don't, this is probably the best one. And the worst one, easily, no competition, the worst one is Sanson's human one. That one is so bad. That's basically not an enemy type, and when it is an enemy type, it's just a trash mob. So it's like, are you fucking kidding me? That is, I really think Sanson's 3rd skill is probably the worst skill in the entire game, and that's saying a lot because there are some really bad skills out there. Geronimo's quick up is better than Sanson's 3rd skill. Geronimo with his 1 quick card with like no hit count is better than Sanson's 3rd skill. Not by a lot, mind you, but it is better. Alright. Guess I don't click any other buttons here. Damage cut versus Star Bomb. Probably Star Bomb. What about the 1000 damage one versus damage cut? The damage cut is 300 damage. That adds up over time. By the end, you might have that 1 turn. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to favor the damage cut. In the long run, I'm hoping that results in me getting 1 extra turn of value. Because if it buys me 1 turn of value, that's big. Although doing an extra 1000 damage over and over again can add up too, but I think this is right. Especially because she is a ruler. Yeah, the NP downs are pretty bad. At least though, and I'm sure if a lot of people have experienced this, you do have those times where you're using Nash, the boss is AoE, and you've got like your main DPS is counterclassing. So you do the defense up, you do someone's NP down, and then because it's AoE and you have someone that's counterclassing, they can just face tank it. And you maybe on the previous NP you already used your hard survival. That is useful sometimes. That's pretty rare. That's not common, but it does pop up occasionally. I like how I did damage cut and the boss triple buffed. But yeah, so like Gilius's NP down is so niche. Like that is so rarely gonna do anything. But because it can do a little something every once in a while, I think it's still better than Sanson's third skill. Because his is only good against trash mobs, but also only every once in a while. And this is what just fucking Sanson, dude. So I know this because I use Sanson a lot. What normally happens when you finally fight a mob that is human, it's always a trash mob, but and you have Sanson, two things generally happen. One, the mob has so little health, who gives a fuck? It's like, oh man, this enemy with 9,000 health, Sanson now does more damage to. Like, oh, good job, man, you got him. The other thing is, if they have more health than that, a lot of times Sanson is still... This hurts me to say, this is like soul-crushing. Even if they're human, a lot of times Sanson is worse damage than almost anyone else anyway, because his attack stat is so low, and he has 3 quick cards, and he is a assassin damage mod. He's a 2-star. Like, I cannot tell you how many times that's happened. Where I'm like, oh, they're humans, and then I'm like, and it makes no sense to click the Sanson cards because Mordred or whoever just hits harder anyway. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I've actually never experienced, I mean this, I have never experienced a time where Sanson's third skill was good, ever. I have only experienced times where you can force Sanson into a situation he really shouldn't be in, and he can like, hey look, he does kind of good because they're human, right? Like you got that stage in Argartha where you fight Drake Alter, right? And then she has like all the trash mobs with her. Sanson can fuck those up because they're humans and they're writers. But it's not like you needed Sanson for that. He wasn't really good for that. It was like, hey, if you use Sanson, he's not as bad as normal. You're still better off, summoning like any other fucking assassin ever. And his skill's bad. Now you can say the same thing for Gilius though. Caster Gilius was just never good anyway. So same boat in that department. I'm really annoyed the dragon triple buff there, but I guess it's good for us ultimately. We just pretend the damage cut made the dragon triple buff. We took no damage. It was a 5,000 damage cut, boys. I will say though, Caster Gilius is getting there. That last buff he got was actually quite nice. He's such a bad unit that it didn't make him like good. But if he gets another buff that works with that buff he just got, he'll be fine. He's actually pretty close to being fine. Not amazing, but fine. But he needs another buff to be fine. But he's getting there. It was a good start. Well, we're being very tanky, so... Does she have her NP buff yet? I feel like not quite yet. That's probably coming up, though. I forgot to look. Yeah, I didn't feel like it had been 2 years yet. Okay, that's an oaf right there. The reason that matters though is it might be better sometimes to use an art card. If it means getting your NP 1 turn faster, then you might want to mix in an art card. But because her upgraded NP is pretty awesome. Okay, look, our first card crit, so obviously, even though I had a lower crit chance, so clearly save scum, and sort that out. So what's really gonna suck for her is just the next NP. She has no way of dealing with the next NP. Her best shot would be, hopefully the dragon doesn't have a million NP ups. We're actually going to care about that. and maybe be at high health again, but we're not going to be at high health by then, so the next NP is probably going to kill us. So we have to kill him by then, which I don't think we're going to be able to do. If she just had a hard survivability thing, she might be able to do this. Oh, thanks, sorry, I missed someone saying they liked my stuff. Excuse me, I wasn't paying attention. Thank you, appreciate the kind words too. Well, what I'm doing right now is I'm just using whoever's at the top of the list because that's the only like fair way to do it. I will try to get to, you know, we'll try to do this from time to time. We're not gonna do it like every day in a row, but like I'll try to do this more often, so hopefully I can get more people's stuff. Because if I start like, you know, using this person's thing out of order, then I have to use that person's thing and then it, you know, then it's like there's no system anymore. I do occasionally, you know, be biased and use somebody out of order, like if they're, you know, a mod or you know, someone that's here all the time. Just, but how I do that. Funny enough, though, the one time I tried to break ranks, they ended up being at the top of the list anyway. But I basically will break ranks I'll do it very rarely, but I'll do it when there's a unit that I really find interesting or something that I really want to see. And like I really want to know how do these stack up against the dragon, right? Because that's what I was gonna do with like Ares Shiki. But she ended up being next on the list anyway, so I didn't cheat. I really wish I had saved Lobo on this fucking account though. Losing one Grail is not that big of a deal. Like seriously, fuck one Grail. I don't care about NA that much. Having that stage would have been so good because Lobo is such a good test. And what I like about it is it's not just a good test for straight value because he hits so hard and he's neutral against everything and he's tough and shit, but there's a lot of like gimmicks there that can reward utility. Now, you can beat Lobo without utility and just strong arm him with really good stats and damage and survivability and that kind of thing, but you can also do really well against Lobo because you remove buffs often or you have sure hit or, you know, whatever. And I like that. I like bosses that, because like the dragon doesn't reward utility very much. It rewards crit down, but that's about it. You're like, oh man, I have buff removal, like grats, right? Like that doesn't really help here. Yeah, I'll check the friends list thing again. I can add a few more people. I really do enjoy though checking out chat support lists. It's been fun seeing what people level. I love that kind of thing, man. I have noticed something from my viewers, and I guess it's because most of my viewers are on NA, but generally when I look at my NA viewers support list, they normally do a really good job with like having collected CEs. That makes sense for the most part. Where on JP, that certainly is true sometimes, but not always. But my guess would be because some people have like their ult account is on JP, so they don't prioritize it as much, so they miss a lot of CEs. But normally, when I come to NA, the CEs are pretty sorted out. Where on JP, it's kind of like, well, you know, it could be worse, but it could be better. There have been a lot of Grail Dish cards. There have been a lot of Grail Dish cards. Yeah, you have good CEs on JP. I have good CEs on JP. I'm in good shape over there. I really wish I had used an art card last turn. We'd have our NP right now. That would have been worth it. Now we're just gonna overcharge a chunk. Well, hopefully... Okay. Oh man, if he doesn't NP buff... See, this sucks no matter what. Because if he doesn't NP buff, that means he's attacking us, which means I have less health. Where if he NP buffs, it means he's... Because we don't have hard survival, we're getting so fucked here. Like, there's no winning. Normally him buffing is a good thing. But because we have to face tank the NP, it's not. But then if he's not NP buffing, it means we're taking damage. So, this is bad. We're probably gonna die. to his MP coming up here. I guess we just gotta do as much damage as we can in the meantime. Well, she's doing pretty well. She's not winning, but she's getting pretty close. Again, though, the bar is set kind of high for her because she's a ruler, but it's not quite as high as what you would set for an archer. Something like that. She did alright. She did alright. I think she could beat this once she has her upgraded NP. Also, when there's just slightly better command codes out there. I guess I'll use the damage cut. You know, every bit matters. If we could somehow live one more turn, that would be pretty great. I haven't been that many Kyuhimes. Just in general, like, never mind recently, but you see Kyuhime Grail from time to time, absolutely. She's not like crazy rare or anything. Not as rare as like Geronimo, but she's not like super common either. Great Dragon 9,000 on a ruler? And that's AoE, for God's sakes. He's got an AoE in P. Jesus. Okay, well, not face taking that one anytime soon. You know, if it was single target, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure. But for AoE, that was pretty high for an NP damage there. I guess that's his shtick, though, wasting all that time NP upping. I guess it makes sense for his NP to hit hard. Alright, not bad, though, not bad. I was hoping she would maybe win, but I knew that was kind of a long shot. Okay, now, this bar is going to be set pretty damn low because we're a Lancer, so we're being counterclassed. But we're also AoE. I'm not sure we've even done this yet. The last one we did was like Taiga, and she's single target. So 3-star AoE counterclass, and he doesn't have his buff yet. Fuck. Yeah, this is nasty. Okay, let me make sure I'm not looking at stats here. Okay. Let's see. I'm glad Ari told me that Grail thing. I do feel like I'm kind of cheating now, but okay, this guy's only Grailed 3 units, at least on his support list. So I'm gonna guess it's Romulus is one of them. Now, but it could be though that he likes Pinth and Artoria, but he didn't go with Artoria because he thought that'd be like of course she can solo this, which I would agree, that'd be very boring. So he might have put up Romulus, not because it's his favorite, but because he thought it would be interesting. So I'm gonna say this list is pretty waifu heavy, but there is Arthur in there too. I'm gonna say it's Pinth and Artoria, and then Romulus is the 3rd place one, so he's only got a few 2K foes. Or if you don't play NA a lot, then none. But so I'm gonna guess it's Pinth and Artoria, and then the one that's not fully maxed is Romulus. Okay, I got that right. So that's 2K foe. Is this one 2K foe? Nope. That's the one. That's 3rd. She got 3rd. God damn it. Is Romulus 2nd then, or potentially 1st? Nope, he's not even 2K foe at all. Who's the other one? Or there is no other one? Maybe it's just those two then. If it's just those two, then I was kind of close. Because yeah, no one else is even Grailed, so I'll check just in case. Okay. Well, I was fairly close then. Check Melt. Just those two? Okay. Alright. What are we gonna do here? We're not gonna live that long. Let me look at his skills. This may be a default one. Okay, we don't have our skill upgrade, so we don't have the battery, but it still has the heal. The heal is not gonna. The heal is like half effective when you're being counterclassed. Man, I wish we had buff success chance command code, because his attack up and defense up is 44%. Like, that is so strong. 44% for 3 turns. I mean, if it wasn't a Saber, I would say Atlas easy, but because it is a Saber, I think we do default. This is probably the first unit we've done default for. I really hope we land our Imperial privilege. That'll definitely buy us a turn. Horrible opening hand, especially because we have no starting NP. This is atrocious. So, how far did Taiga get? I want to say she got to like 800 and some odd, like, or was it 900? I think it might have been 900k. Yeah, I think she was at like 950, something like that. So, she's single target and he's AoE, but so if he can keep up with Taiga, that'd be pretty impressive. Got the heal boost command code, I like that. Might not save us here, but... Yeah, I know, lost. I know. I don't know why they buffed Luvia. It's hilarious, but hey Persona, what's up? Yeah, that whole 4-star ruler balance went out the window on that one. Imagine if we had gotten our art card on the opening hand. We still probably wouldn't have our NP though. It'd be really close. Mortha is in pretty good shape though. I would like her to be stronger when she's not fighting undead, divinity, or demon. Not like way stronger, but a chunk stronger. That would be nice. Give her some kind of general use effect. This is random, but I was just thinking about Super Romulus, you know, 5-star Romulus, and because he doesn't technically have a gender, he can't be buffed by, like, I don't know, Mev's attack up, right? Is there even a female attack up? I know there's, like, you know, I can think of all kinds of similar stuff to the male one, but is there I can think of debuffs, like there's plenty of, oh yeah, Liz. That makes sense, that's right, Liz has one. I was just thinking, I couldn't think of one, but yeah, okay, we got Liz. Because there's all kinds of other things, like you've got, you know, both male and female, a lot of debuffs and stuff, but I couldn't think of a lot of buffs. That is funny though, because you know, Carmella has the damage to female. I guess I do like Buster Quick Art, because the way or actually I'll do Art Quick, just because of the crit chances. Although, I mean, it's only a 40% chance to crit, and that command code does nothing, where the 10% chance to crit is a 20% damage up no matter what. We'll go, 40%'s less likely than likely, but fuck it, we'll go for the big plays, and we were not rewarded for that at all. Well, that hurt. Which heal is bigger for him? I think it's Imperial Privilege. Let me make sure. It's Imperial Privilege is 4,000. Yeah, that one's 2,500. So yeah, we go up to that one. Come on, land it, land it, land the yes! Oh yeah, there we go. Good timeline. Now, do I wait a turn and get heal plus again? No, because I'm bustering on this turn, so we just heal now. What's our cooldown on our guts? Because I want the buster up, but it's 7 turns. Fuck. Okay. We have 1 turn guaranteed from evade, 1 turn guaranteed because of the CE guts, and then probably a turn because of our healing and everything. That's not enough. I can't cast it. Damn it. That sucks. This is where, like, if we weren't being counterclassed, we'd... Like, of course you're going to get less value when it comes to your raw damage and stuff when you're being counterclassed, like you're fighting your, you know, Atlanta versus a Saber. But that does suck where if you were, normally when you use Romulus, even if it's a tough archer boss, like a really nasty one, it'd be pretty easy to use that skill early than use it again later. But yeah, there's no way to get that kind of value here. Very detrimental fighting a Saber here. More so than you might typically expect. Yeah, it's only a 1-turn Guts, so it's gonna be very hard for us to line that up, unfortunately. I would really like to wait to use the heal until I have the heal plus. Man, why do you have the triple attack? I really wish he had buffed there, because we don't care about him buffing, so that sucks. Come on, give me a crit game. I keep not picking the anti-dragon command code. Damn it! Bad plays, bad plays. Stop that dragon. No, you stop that! God damn it! So the dragon is never buffed. The dragon is triple attacking every time, which is definitely the right play to make when you're fighting a Lancer, but fuck. Not good luck there. Good luck on our Imperial Privilege, bad luck on the dragon's AI. Bruh. Yeah, how are you not that we we could have so easily, you know, gotten that basically meant our Guts CE did nothing because we died so much faster than what you would expect, even for a Lancer. That was so bullshit. Like, you dare bring a Lancer into my lair? I don't think we're gonna keep up with Tam, what am I saying? Taiga. But, we're not shaming ourselves. I think we could have kept up with Taiga if the RNG wasn't garbage. We must cast our heal boost here. Like our one chance to go another turn. How about this music though? Aurelius's theme from BlazBlue. Good times. Excuse me, this is Aurelius versus Carl's theme. This is the father versus son theme there, excuse me. Thankfully I corrected that before anyone noticed, so it doesn't count. Did not land the attack buff, but we're not going to live much longer anyway. Imagine if we weren't being counterclassed right now. Also, imagine if we didn't have Buster down. Feels bad. This is actually just the vanilla version of their theme. Like, this isn't a remix or the second iteration or anything like that. This is just the original one. Which they only used in one game, though. Where they used, like, the second version of it, I think, twice. Well, at least we got past 1 million, I think. For being counterclassed to 3-star, having bad luck, and being AoE, I would say he did pretty well. Oh, now you buff. Can we get lucky and live one more turn? Oh shit, thank you defense buff. Definitely would have died there without the defense buff. Well, I'm about to do a Buster Brave Chain when we have Buster down, but it's probably the best damage we're gonna get anyway. You know what? Not bad. Not bad. I'll take 9. Like, you might say, wow, you didn't do that much damage, but seriously, being counterclassed for AoE, all that nonsense, that was pretty solid. That was definitely better than I thought he was going to do. If we could have gotten one more turn out of our Guts, that would have really been nice. Okay, let me get water. Also, why? Why? Like, I'm pretty sure we've already soloed this with her, and I'm almost positive we have, and it takes forever. Now, off memory, I don't think Oki has all of her buffs on an A. And I know we definitely attempted this on JP. I don't remember if she won or not. But on JP, I'm pretty sure she's been buffed more times than she has on an A. So, and there are stronger command codes on JP. So this will be pretty tough. I don't think she's gonna win, actually. What you talking about, Ari? This song is Arthur's Excalibur theme from Fate Prototype, which thank God is not a remix of Artoria's. Like in the reverse would be true, right? Like I'm so glad they didn't do it that way. Oh, this is gonna be so long and boring. She was the first one of what? Like, what? Didn't look at the list? Fuck, you're right. God damn it. God damn, we'll go back. I tried to juggle too many things. I was getting music and then I got my water and just. Now he won't be at the top anymore. So oh, there we go. Thank God. Okay. Let's see. So max Grails are Oki, Scath, and Izo. I like the Izo. Oh, and Okita. So this guy's been playing for a while. Oh, and Melt. Yeah, he's been grabbing those Grails. I don't think he's missed any. Then I would expect. Okay, what would be 2K foe? This is tough because that's a lot of dudes Grailed, and this guy's been in my chat for a while, but he doesn't talk a lot, so I don't. It's hard to home in on the preference. Okay, do I see a theme here for who's max Grailed? Okay, mostly waifu except for Izo, but that's not very helpful. There's no real theme among them. Oh yeah, NP rank. They're all fairly low NP rank. You're definitely not a whale, I would say. You can have a high NP rank as a whale, but I mean, you can have a high NP rank and not be a whale, but you really can't have a low NP rank and be a whale, if that makes any sense. Okay, I'm gonna guess Oki is one of the 2K foes. She's a terrible choice for that, but clearly likes her because he's what got put up and is in P2. I'm gonna say not Izo. Yeah, I'm gonna say not Izo. I'm gonna say Scath, and then I'll say Izo is third. They'll say Oki and Scath are maxed, and then Izo is starting to be upgraded. Okay, fuck! Damn it! Okay, did I at least get Scath right? Okay, at least I got one. I got one, and I have a feeling I'm wrong about Izo then. No, I got that. I actually got Izo being the new one to be, not be maxed but have them. Does anyone else have them then? Okay, it was Melt. So it was Melt, Scath, Izo. I was close. I was at least in the ballpark. Says the man that 2K votes Sanson. I mean, I didn't say that you shouldn't do things that don't make sense, right? I didn't say that. I just said it doesn't make sense, and therefore some people are less likely to do it, right? Where, like with Sanson, I'll also say it makes absolutely no sense to 2K foe him, but, we do that shit anyway. Although I don't think he's actually maxed. Is he maxed? I don't think mine's maxed yet. He's like really far along. I don't think he's quite maxed. He will be someday though. Alright, we'll get the music. Oh god. Why is this a thing now? Like, why? Like, Oki solos are not fun. They really are not. It's just like, like Joan of Arc. Nobody, I don't give a fuck if Joan of Arc can solo this stage, right? I don't give a fuck, right? It's terrible. I'm trying to think who my favorite stall soloer is. Probably Landling, because he's only kind of stall. I mean he is stall. He can live as long as like the best of them, especially at NP5. But you're at least doing like a degree of damage, right? Not a lot, but you're doing a degree of damage, and you do need to balance your cards a little bit and stuff. Yeah, Landling. I wouldn't say he kills fast. He kills faster. I drank all my water so fast, I don't even know why. It was like, you know, cold water, and you know, it's refreshing, so I just kind of downed it. Probably not the best decision I've made. You gotta pace yourself. Yeah, Landling can sneak in a Buster card. Nice. I don't drink much other than water. I'll drink like lemonade sometimes and orange juice. Who doesn't love orange juice? I'll drink juices and stuff, but it's mostly water. I overwhelmingly drink water, and if I want something fancier, it'll be like lemonade or orange juice or something. And I don't really ever drink milk. I'll just put it in my cereal, so. Okay, we gotta play the long game here. Oh god. I see that fucking command code. Oh my god, it's in slow-mo because I've never seen this NP before on this account apparently. That roof's gonna collapse. From time. You mean from time, right? The building will just get so old that it'll decay and collapse, right? Alright, let's make some stars. You know what? This is the wrong... I brought the wrong Mystic Code, I just realized. But if we're gonna have it, it's gonna do work. Fuck it. Get the attack up in here. It'll come back. We'll cast it again. That's definitely not good though that I didn't bring Atlas. Atlas is definitely the best for her. He's gonna get so little out of the heal. I don't even know if she can get anything out of the heal unless we face tank an NP. I don't think the heal is the best against an enemy that has a damage output like this because most of the health that he does to us is our bonus HP. So we're never gonna have the health go down to really matter. Like if he had a higher damage output, there are times that could be good, but I don't think this guy has the damage output to accomplish that. Until he impedes us, and then he might. But generally with Atlas, you can go around the wheel and you get the cooldown reduction multiple times and that kind of shit, which is kind of redonkulous. Because every bit of damage he does to us this turn isn't actual health, it's ether. He's attacking the void. At least we're critting. I'll take that. Okay, now he's critting. Got some good star gen going on at least. You know, unironically, this song is kind of amazing, although it's not as amazing when it's at slower speed, but it is a really good retro song. Yeah, well, yeah, we don't need our buff removal in the first one because we'll have our evade, but for the next one we will. Take the crit. I think the first person though that soloed this that was neutral, I think was Merlin. Unless I'm mistaken. And that was obviously very easy, and he could go forever. I remember he could go forever, because like by the time you would finally after everything would line up where the dragon would finally NP you, Atlas would be off cooldown. And so it was impossible for him to get hit by an NP if you did it right. It was so stupid. I lurked. You still lurk, let's be honest, from time to time. I love lurking though. I lurk in streams all of the time. It's the best. Oh yeah, now Atlas is definitely better than default here. Like, because not only are we rarely going to get any value out of our heal. Look, look at this. Enough turns have gone by, the heal could be back, but I haven't had any need to cast it yet, right? Like, this is not good. And then we also have the debuffs, right? And being able to remove the dot. The dot is going to do more fucking damage than the dragon, for God's sake. So I definitely think Atlas is better. Okay, we gotta think about the next NP. 5 turn cooldown, so we can use our first skill. I think we just first skill an NP. I wonder if we stop doing Buster when we have Buster down, I don't know. Dragon hits like a pansy. Unless you're allergic to pansies though, because like it's a flower, right? And if you're allergic to it, then I guess they hit pretty hard, man. I mean, lurkers and backseaters aren't even on the same barometer, right? There's literally nothing wrong with being a lurker at all, right? Like, that's the normal, sane thing to do, right? Where being a backseater is just dumb. So, like, they're not even on, you know, they're just not on the same spectrum here. Different charts. If we can NP next turn, I guess it's fine. Probably would have gotten our NP there even if we busted though. Unless the dragon triple buffed, but he didn't. He actually crit, so you can't tell by the damage, but he did technically crit. I'm gonna say with a lot of confidence now that Rex's Oki absolutely has soloed the dragon at some point, because You know, his is super upgraded and she's more buffed on JP and better command codes and blah 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 blah. And she seems to be doing just fine on an A. So, yeah, I think she got that. I don't think anyone has slotted Castiel yet. It's kind of rare. I mean, he's not rare, but he's rare to be someone's favorite, so... Because we're almost exclusively using people's favorites, or, among their favorites. We've soloed this with Sitting Master before, but that was on JP. I don't think he could do it on NA. I mean, I'm welcome to be proven wrong if someone wants to put up their Sitting Master if he gets to the top of the list, but, because he was cutting it pretty close on JP. And on JP, his evade cooldown is shorter, which really adds up in a fight like this, and he barely soloed it. Still very impressive because he's neutral, for God's sakes, and, you know, he's not some bullshit support that loops forever, you know, it doesn't work that way. Alright, we'll buff remove on the next one. I should see if our evade will be back for the next NP. I think it will be. It's probably on YouTube. I've missed some of my VODs just because things got really chaotic and I was really behind. I'm just now catching up. But some VODs slipped through the cracks, so no one might have been that didn't make it on, but I think it did. Okay. Really, what's gonna get us is, if anything, is the dot. But I think we'll be alright. I guess I use the damage cut. Just to make it even safer. Should be okay though, his NP buffs are gone, we've got a bunch of defense buffs, we got damage cut. How bad can it be? Not that bad. It's not that bad. Oh god. Did we guard one of the debuffs? I think we did. That's nice. I think we guarded the dot. I like how he hit Martha, Ruler Martha, who takes half damage. Hit her for 9,000 and some change, and then he hits Oki for 0. Like, yep, that's rough. We're not even halfway done, chat. Oh my, I bet you what, most people on YouTube are gonna skip this part, I bet. Although I guess a lot of people just listen to the VOD, but shout outs to anyone on YouTube that hasn't skipped this part. Something may be wrong with you. You know what this dragon needs? He needs like a crit buff that he can stack. That would help. Escalate things a bit. Hey look, our I guess we'll use it next turn. Our attack buff is back. It's probably been back for a few turns actually. I left to go eat. I wish I had a bigger meal. Feels bad. I'm trying to think of a positive here, but I don't got it. I'm pretty sure I've got you on some account, Arjuna. I don't know which one, because you know it's hard to keep track of your 90 accounts, but I know one of them's on here. Please crit with the 80%, because we got the attack buff. Offset that buster down. I'm losing it, chat. I'm losing it. Okay, so the evade is actually not back in time, just barely, but the other thing's back, so who cares? So chat, this would be a great time for questions. If anyone has any questions, I think this would be the time. I don't think there is a worse color. I've said this before. It's really about how you use them, right? And obviously I have favorite thing to put on toast. That's blackberry jelly. That's easy. That's the shit right there. But man, I want some toast now. Damn. Anyway, yeah, colors. It's like there's certain colors that stand out as like being a favorite, but I don't have any colors I dislike. It's just like there's combos of colors that look terrible together and you should never do. But yeah, I like most color really, or all colors. I cannot think of a color I don't like. Probably tuna sandwich, I guess. I don't really know. There's a lot of good sandwiches out there. What's the buff that you hate the most on the enemy? Probably crit up, just because it's the RNG that can just absolutely destroy you, right? It's like, oh, I not only did I get crit, but he has bonus crit damage, and he happened to do a buster attack, and all these multiply, and so now the boss did like 13,000 damage. Awesome, right? So yeah, fuck crit up. Making the damage cut. Be safe here. What skill or in-piece or anything were you most disappointed with? That's easy. Kyohime's. I don't even like Kyohime, but no one deserves a buff that bad. Like, no one deserves a buff that bad. Like, it didn't do shit. I mean, yeah, I probably have some skills chat doesn't know about, but I wouldn't even know where to start with that. You know, but, you know, people do all kinds of things in life, so... Any historical figures in Fate? Or any historical figure you'd like to see in Fate? I mean, there's a million, you know. Green Knight! But yeah, Green Knight, Butch Cassidy, Red Baron, those always, like, those are like the ones I normally jump to. Oh, and Henry V, my god, I actually think it's, like, I feel like Henry V is one that they could definitely do, because he's England's most famous king, but I don't think they are gonna add him, and if they do, they're just gonna do the Shakespeare one. I feel like Japan might even think it's only a Shakespearean play and not actually based on a real person, which is kind of fucked, but yeah, Henry V would be awesome. So the best thing about noodles, doesn't matter if it's instant noodles or not, it's just spicy. You just get like red pepper in that shit, right? You get, and then you add vegetables or whatever, but yeah, spicy noodles are the way to go. What I like to do is get like ramen like, you know, instant ramen or something that's already got some things in it, right? But then you add your own red pepper, and then you maybe add some vegetables. So you add a few things on your own. So it's easy to fix, right? Because it's instant, you know, ramen and stuff. So it's quick and ready to go. So then you can just slap some ingredients in it, and it's super good, dude. Like, it's amazing. I fucking love spicy noodles. By the way, we've never healed, and I don't think we're ever going to need to. Who has your favorite BM combo? Now that's an interesting question. I'm not sure because there's a lot of them. Maybe just Koo's, not because it's like a good animation, it's not, but just because every time I do it, it surprises people. In terms of what it looks like though, I don't know. There's a lot of them. Cadence is pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. There's a good number. And honestly, if I went through them all and I looked at all the BM combos, it's probably on some random unit that I don't even use often, you know. But it's like, oh hey, that's a pretty cool animation, right? Like even if it's some like waifu I don't care about, you know, good animation's a good animation. But I'd have to look at them all again. Man, there's so many animation updates that suck these days. I hate to say that, but my god, a lot of them are bad. Probably Okita's. It's just awful because they never even... They updated her twice, but they never fully updated her once. Like, she still has lingering day one animation stuff in her sprite. Like, what the fuck? Like, and then her cut-in is just the worst fucking thing I have ever seen. Right? It is so obvious that's her original NP animation, and they just randomly cut, you know, stop it, pause it, and then slap a cut in it, and then go back to the original NP animation. It's just fucking garbage. But yeah, Okita's is bad, Scath's is bad, and Vodka's is bad. Those three are pretty shitty. Least favorite Gura character, probably, what's her name? Cha-Cha, whatever, that's the name. She's pretty lame. They're gonna buff Canis, they should give her Star Bomb because it just removes RNG. And RNG is always annoying, so... Dude, Scath's animation update really bothers me. I think it's better than Okita's, but I like Scath more than Okita, and it's not... That aside, I think Scath has a lot more potential for awesome animations. Because two big things. One, she has a very high hit count on Buster, so you can get some really meaty, just smack, smack, boom, boom, slash, slash stuff going on, right? And then she's got, you know, runs. So the potential here is huge, and they didn't do shit. They didn't do shit, and then they just had all these awkward animations where they're going out of their way to not actually animate her. So she's like really static, and it just looks bad. So it's like, ugh. Like imagine having a melee character with a hit count of 6 on your Buster attack, and you just throw all the spears. Like it wouldn't even look any different if she threw 3 spears or 1 spear or 6 spears. It's just, hey wow, she just generically shoots the spears. Wow. Like it's so boring. I don't think there's anything more boring than Scath's Buster attacks that could have had so much potential, right? The potential is huge, and it's just so fucking boring. Like, what's dumb is they're referencing her original animations, and her original animation was only like that because they were being too lazy to actually, you know, animate something, right? Like, fucking crap, dude, it's so dumb. You know, meanwhile, like, in, like, what is it, Extella Link, or whatever, you know, at least she hits things, right? You know, that's nice. So I'm gonna evade, so I might as well do this defense up now. We don't need it now, but fuck it. I'll just take like negative damage here. Oh yeah, broken arm in the bunny costume, good times. It's not even just broken arm, it's more of it breaking reality. It like goes through her body, like the spear goes through her fucking body in the bunny costume. I can't, dude. I remember chat pointed this out, and they're probably right. I think the whole reason that this is so stupid. This is so stupid. And again, I swear, I'm not being Grandpa Green, right? With the, oh, how dare anyone show off any skin. the whole reason they changed her pose, right, so she has the spear behind her instead of in front of her, was just to like show off the costume better. But it's stupid because the stance, I gotta stress this, the stance barely changes, right? So it doesn't really affect her attack animations. It's not like she's like at some radically different pose. It's almost the same pose, except where she's holding the spear is different, so the spear is behind her, right, instead of in front of her, just so you can see the fucking costume better? And then, they couldn't, if you're gonna do that, right, at least animate one frame where, you know, it goes from behind to in front of her. But no! They gotta, you know, show off the tits or whatever, but then you can't be fucking bothered to make one frame of animation? Like, good God, just so dumb. I hate that kind of laziness, man. It's just like, come on. My favorite master in Strange, guess it's Flat, maybe? Or I don't remember, or the Wolf. It's probably the Wolf. I know it's that a lot of people think it's a troll answer, but legitimately the Wolf is awesome because it's one, it's really unique, and two, he's a good boy. He's just being a wolf, man. He ain't. Everyone else is running around, caring about wishes and bringing people back from the dead, or trying to summon the apocalypse, or, you know, all these other stupid shit. He's just a wolf, man. He didn't do nothing, right? He's just trying to be a wolf. So yeah, it sounds like a troll answer, but legitimately I think it's the wolf. But then I really like Flat a lot. Who doesn't like Flat? And Gilgamesh's master is really unique too. That's a pretty different one. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there. You don't see much of him, but I actually like the Hassan master, but we have barely seen any of him, but I kind of like him. What sucks is I think he's gonna be one of the few characters that doesn't get much screen time, and I think he's not gonna get any glory and stuff either, but who knows? That writer likes to surprise people, so we'll see what happens. Fate Stay Fake is just full of awesome characters, so... This is what I'm talking about, though. Default is so not right here. We've never healed. We have never healed. And we're at full HP, so it's not like, oh, but Green Man, you've been missing out on heal value. I clearly haven't been, so... Worst Strange Fate character? I mean, probably some like random side character isn't it for like 5 seconds. Oh, for me, easy for me though. For major characters, it's Avenger Hercules. I fucking hate that character. He's a joke. He's awful. Like the Archer Herc that did it for 9 seconds is cool, right? And I'd want more of that. Avenger Herc is just the dumb. It's one of my least favorite things in Fate. I'm serious. It's one of my least favorite things in Fate because it is a contrived piece of shit that they only did because the writer said he didn't feel comfortable writing regular Hercules. And so I'm like, then why did you fucking pick Hercules? Right? I have no... It's like when people like, oh, well, you can't expect Fate to have, you know, characters from outside of Japan because it's a Japanese game. And I'm like, then why did you pick a subject matter that's about global history, right? Like, if you don't feel like writing Herc, don't put Herc in your story. Like, are you kidding me? Like, fucking Avenger Herc is like, OC, please don't steal, but it's fucking Green Sonic. It's Green Sonic, and you're saying, OC, please don't steal. Like, fuck you. Like, awful. Fucking hate that character because, first off, he looks stupid, right? You're wearing drapes. Great fashion statement. You're wearing your mom's drapes. Good job, okay? So it looks like an idiot. And then his abilities are just so dumb. I mean, they're literally Sonic fan fiction. It's like, oh, and he can summon Cerberus, and he can steal MPs, and he's invincible. Like, it's so bad. Like, it's so fucking bad. It's shocking to me because the writer of Fate Strange Fake is normally pretty good and creative and everything, but he made the worst thing ever in Fate. It's so painful. Just looks dumb, try hard edgy, just moronic abilities that they're just pulling out of their ass. Like, look how cool this is! And then it's just a giant excuse. It's a giant excuse not to use Hurt, right? Like, regular Hurt got summoned and, oh, can't write that. It's actually Avenger Hurt. I hate it. It's so bad. Worst fucking thing ever. It's not just my least favorite thing in Fate Strange Fake. It's one of my least favorite things, if not my least favorite thing in all of Fate. It's so contrived. It's so forced. It's so lame. It's like, it's teenager fan fiction, man. So shit. So fucking shit. And it's so disappointing to me that it's in Fate Strange Fake because everything else in Fate Strange Fake is really good. And he's just so randomly horrible. And what also sucks is I think he's gonna be crazy popular when he comes out just because, you know, people are suckers for like random abilities that don't make any fucking sense. And then, you know, the edge, which I don't think is even edgy. It's like trying to be edgy. Let me stress this. Listen to me, chat. Listen to me. You are not edgy because you wore drapes on your fucking face. That's not edgy, that's dumb, right? That's like you tripped and like hit the wall and like the drapes got stuck on you and you just like ran out the front door. That ain't edgy, right? That's not edgy at all, right? That you look like a dumbass. It'd make a really good blind emote though, is Avenger Hurt. That'd be pretty good. Oh my god, why am I still soloing this with Oki? Why are we still here? Just to suffer. Well, I don't know why I just did Buster quick. I probably should have done art quick there, but it's not gonna matter, let's be honest. Up to the hedgehog. Dude, I was watching footage of that game the other day. Someone brought it up, and I couldn't even fathom what I was watching. Like, it was just like, the enemies look so boring, and the gun doesn't even do anything really. It's like really gimmicky, and they try to force reasons for you to use it, but it's like, it's obvious that like the game is not built around having a hedgehog with a gun at all. And there's just some asshole talking to you all the time that I didn't understand. He was just saying random bullshit that sounded stupid, and he had the dumbest voice ever. Like, that is a dumb game. That is a dumb game right there. When this madness in, we're getting there. I wouldn't erase anything. Like, as much as I hate Paul Bunyan and Van Gogh and all these things, I would never forcibly remove these things because it's not my IP. I didn't write the book. They get to do whatever they want. That's how this works, right? So as much as I don't like these things, you know, they're free to add them. And also, I have to stress this. I don't want to take things away from people, right? What I would prefer, for example, is they added actual Van Gogh and they added actual Paul Bunyan. And when I say that, I don't mean actual as in something I approve of, like they're fake unless I approve of it. No, literally in Fate, the Paul Bunyan we see is not Paul Bunyan, but there is a regular Paul Bunyan. And same for Van Gogh, right? Like, so I'd like them, we've got Arturia and Arthur, I'd like them to just add Van Gogh and just add Paul Bunyan. That would be nice. They're probably not going to do that, but that's all I would want, is just for them to add the regular versions. That's good enough for me. You know, because I don't like, you know, Paul Bunyan or not Van Gogh or any of that stuff, but other people do. Now, you could say that about anything. Like, for example, let me stress this, there is not a gender bent, like Roland, right? That's not in the game. That doesn't exist. But if it did exist, somebody would like it, right? But that's not the same thing. It's something that could exist that doesn't, right? I'm not going to try to wish Roland gender bend into existence because somebody would like it, right? But, you know, now that it's already here, it's here, and people have already gotten attached to it, so I'm not going to take anything away from anybody because, I mean, what good does that do? Yeah, and before that'd be like super popular or something. Would not put that past people. I don't know why I just did the attack up, but we're gonna win in a couple of turns, so whatever. I mean, going back in time is not any different, right? Like, that's the same thing. Like, that's just a... That's a technicality. Now, if you want to say, if it could never have been a thing, right? Like, if would I have preferred, out of all those things, would I have preferred them to have just had a different meeting and come up with a different design, right? Which one would I want done properly the most? Probably Van Gogh. Not because Van Gogh is my favorite, you know, painter or anything, but because one, I think there's a pretty good, I don't know about pretty good, but there's a chance that we're going to get Saint Hercules someday, right? And I don't think anyone has ever been done so dirty as Van Gogh, right? He got done so dirty, and the existence of not Van Gogh, you know, the nymph child and all that, it pretty much prevents him from ever existing, which is stupid. Where Hercules is so popular, we're probably going to get regular Hercules eventually. Where they're probably never, unless, the only way I think regular Van Gogh is going to happen is if someone writes another book, right? And they just like Van Gogh and they want to use regular Van Gogh. And that's happened a few times where, like, you know, a different writer really likes a certain thing that's already been used, but they just take it from a different angle or whatever. That happens occasionally, but, you know, only so many writers are going to write Fate stories, and odds are they're going to care about other things, because they're going to care about things that, you know, are in their barometer, what they're interested in. So it's not very likely that we're going to see someone revisit Van Gogh, which is pretty lame, and he really deserved better than that, and the potential there was so large, and we got just such a travesty, so yeah, it really sucks. I really do think Van Gogh is probably the most insulting and ridiculous thing they've ever done when it comes to a servant, like, objectively. It's not subjectively the one that bothers me the most, but objectively I do think it's the worst treatment they've ever done for a character, and people try to act like, oh, Fate always makes wacky characters, and they don't. That's bullshit, that's ridiculous logic. Most Fate characters really aren't that wacky, and they're actually normally based on their stories and stuff to a decent degree, and then they're animated up, you know, they're anime-ified, if you will, but they don't generally do things like Van Gogh at all, and that's just ridiculous. Like, it's dumb, and it's one of the only times I've actually felt like they're being insulting to someone's actual legacy. Like, generally, I don't think they do that at all, and I think, you know, a lot of times it's just anime fun, but, you know, literally they changed his paintings, and he's a, you know, with a real person that has real paintings that still exist today, and, you know, them modifying, that's so fucking insulting. That would have been like when they used Mozart's music, which they've done a few times, like when they used Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, if they had changed it. And I don't mean augmenting it, right? Augmenting is normal, and that happened literally in the days of those composers, where you would, you know, just use different instrumentation and stuff, but it's the same melody, right? It's the same melody, of course. If they had changed the melody of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, like, oh yeah, we know how to do this better, like fuck you, right? You don't do stuff like that, in my opinion. That's really disrespectful. And they did not do that with Mozart, but they did do that with Van Gogh, and it's just ridiculous. Like, it really is ridiculous. So it's really a lot of stuff in Fate. I subjectively am like Dan's game. Like, there's a lot of stuff in Fate where I am subjectively like Dan's game, but I'm like, you know, it's just, you know, they can do whatever, you know, it's fine. You know, it's like, it's just not my cup of tea. But Van Gogh really leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Not a fan at all. So, a million turns in, we are finally at a turn where healing might give us value, but it doesn't matter because we're at the end of the fight, and also we could probably start using our cooldowns a little bit better and get our health back and have it not matter, so fantastic. And really, look at the backlash. I think there was a bigger backlash with Van Gogh than just about any other time he's done something. And I don't think I've ever seen so many fan, like, arts and stuff of what Van Gogh could have been. There was so much of that. And I think that's because, you know, the idea is pretty cool. And I mean, really, I would like some more, you know, people in like that age range and everything, you know, kind of like a Shakespeare bro, right? You know, like more of that would have been pretty awesome. I think they really missed a nice opportunity there, because that's like a character type, you know, style that you don't actually see too often in anime and video games and all that. And I would have really liked that. So yeah, really lame. Fucking 4.5, man. What a fucking joke of an event. I wouldn't say Oki's a really good solo unit, although she's able to do this. This is kind of just up her alley. You know, this is her kind of fight because the damage output turn to turn. Okay, for example, a lot of units that have an evade or an invulnerability, they don't have like an exponential kind of like bonus value against an enemy like this, right? The enemy's going to, even though this dragon doesn't hit too hard per turn because he's AoE, because the dragon's going to live so long because he has so much health, he's going to get that damage in. Again, because he has so much health, the fight is going to go on a bit longer, so other units will still take a lot of damage and can still die. Where units that have abilities like this, a lot of mitigation, enemies that have low damage output, they're exponentially good for, like way more so than they normally would be. Oki can, she's not a bad solo unit by any means. She can solo plenty of stuff, but there is a lot of stuff that Oki just gets crushed against that pretty mundane solo units can handle, because her toolkit is pretty specialized. There's certain styles of content that she does very, very, very well against, but there's a lot of stuff she is totally unprepared for, and she just can't handle in the slightest. Like, for example, people act like buff removal just like screws over anyone that's a solo unit. It doesn't at all. For example, let's say you're using Ku, and the enemy has buff removal. That's going to lower your survivability, but Ku still does damage, and you're still going to get some survivability out of his kit. And because Ku does damage, you can potentially damage race and still win before you die. There's been plenty of bosses with buff removal that you can do that with Ku. Where with Oki, you can't do that at all. You're not damage racing on Oki. She can't even solo like, you know, Setsubun floor 200. I mean, I've never tried, but there's no way she's gonna be able to solo that. All right, we'll just close the app now. I don't want to risk losing the stage, but we've obviously won. So, God, that was horrible. Fucking 35 fucking turns. It probably would have taken like 37. I might be full, Arjuna, I'll look. Okay, not quite. I think am I already, oh, no, okay, there you are. I'll add as many as I can, but, also Arjuna gets favoritism there because Arjuna is like one of the, you know, most regulars that ever regulared, and also is pointing a gun at me, so, you know, there's that. Okay, we're about to hit cap, so, what I might do in a minute is remove people that we've used, just so we have more room for other people, so they have a chance of getting in. Oh my god. Oh my god. That took over 30 minutes. That took over 30 fucking minutes, dude. Fucking fuck. Have we done TG yet? I don't think we have. I mean, TG's here all the time, but that is really unfortunate, TG, that your Achilles is in P1, because he's a unit. So let me how to explain this. Okay, let's say you've got a unit like Beowulf, maybe. So if Beowulf is soloing, or even in team play, it's pretty likely that Beowulf is only going to NP one time, maybe 2 times, but it's pretty common that Beowulf is only going to NP 1 time. So if Beowulf is NP1 or NP2, now the damage boost from NP1 to NP2 is rather large, but you're only going to NP that 1 time. So let's say you gain 20k damage. So your Beowulf will now do 20k more damage for the whole thing, right? And that's it. That's nice, but I mean, it's 20k, it's not that big of a deal. Where if it's a unit like Achilles or, you know, 100 Face, you know, or so many others, where they're going to double NP, triple NP, quad NP, or just, you know, rapidly NP in a short period of time, or just throughout the whole fight, they're just always NPing a lot, you're applying that 20k damage again and again and again and again and again and again and again, and so you know, exponential growth, it ends up mattering a lot. And Achilles is one of those units that it's going to NP quite a few times before he dies, and so the difference between an NP1 Achilles and NP2 Achilles is very large. That's very unfortunate. Hopefully you get spooked by him at some point, because at least he's unlimited. So, alright, let's see what we're looking at here. I got my thing up so I can't see the CEs anymore, but I have to suspect something is up because you've got Drunken Jolter on Achilles. I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, I definitely think Achilles is going to be 2k foed. So, Gilgamesh is fully grailed, and Kido is fully grailed. I like the combo. No one else. Oh, no, Hercules as well. Okay. My guess is Achilles is not your favorite unit. I think probably Gilgamesh probably is. Because your name is TG Golden. I mean, let's be real here. It's probably fucking Gilgamesh, right? But you probably didn't put him in your all slot because Archer, right? You wanted to test something else. So I'm guessing Gilgamesh is 2k foed, and because he's the BFF, I'm guessing Enkidu is 2k foed. So my guess is it's Gilgamesh, Enkidu, and then Achilles is getting 2k foed, so he's the lower one. It's either that or Enkidu is the one on the lower end. And I guess maybe Hercules, but I'm gonna guess that it's Gil, Enkidu, and then Achilles is the third one. Alright, let's see if I'm right here. Okay, got Gil right. That was easy though. Your name is a huge giveaway on that one. Okay, I'm guessing that's the only other one that's 2k foed. You probably just haven't gotten every foe that ever was, because that's such an awkward number. I'm guessing that there's just nobody else. Yep, okay, I'll check Herc to be sure. Except he has 20, which... Okay, someone... This needs to be explained. What's going on here? Is this literally just so he shows up if someone sorts by attack stat? He just shows up that much higher than someone else that has a level 100 Herc with Bond CE? Is that why this was done? That's the only reason I can think of. I guess this technically counts. I guess this counts as 3. Like, Gil is 1, and Enkidu is 2, and Herc is 3, technically, I guess. So, okay, so this is painful as fuck. You must have started playing right after Golden Sumo. And you must be kicking yourself quite a bit, because you have Drunken Jolter, which was added right after Golden Sumo, the rerun. It was added quite a bit after the original. But Drunken Jolter was added, like, right after the rerun of Golden Sumo, so you just fucking missed it. And then you have a lot of other CEs from, after. So you have a lot of good 50% starting in PCEs, but there's no way you chose Drunken Jolter for Achilles instead of Golden Sumo, because Achilles is one of those guys that gets a lot of extra value out of Golden Sumo because he has his own quick up. He does not just do C green, press green. He does a lot of, like, Buster quick, and then sometimes he does do quick, but sometimes he does Buster quick art and shit like that. Yeah, you must be pissed about that one, and you must have just started right after. So I missed Golden Sumo. Yes, it feels bad. I figured there's just no way. Yeah, that means you just missed it though. I think you missed it by one event, because I think it was like the next event or maybe 2 events after that Drunken Jolter was added. So that's an oof, man. That's a super oof. Bad timing on that one. Okay. So this is probably not going to, even though Achilles is a great unit, I don't think this is going to go super well. But we're not gonna, hopefully he won't embarrass himself. But in P1 and all these things, this is going to be rough. But we'll see how far he can get. All right, I need more water, even though I just got water, but I drank it all in like one go because I'm out of my mind and now I'm super thirsty again. So let me just rectify this mistake. Watch me just drink it all again.
Saて、俺の前に立ちはだかったってことは負けたいってことだよな、あんた。
Chat, I just thought of something painful. Imagine you get into FGO and your favorite unit is, let me stress this, your favorite unit is someone that sees green, press green, right? There are units like that. Like Jack, you know, Jack spams green all the time. And you started just after the rerun of that Christmas CE that was the starting NP, quick up, and all that. Like, and because it's the rerun, you don't really have a chance of getting it again. That would really fucking suck. That would suck so bad. That's probably happened to somebody. Normally a Reshigal is on all slot. Oh, okay, that explains a few things. How about this music though? All right, let's see. Look at us see blue press blue on Achilles of all things. At least Buster's had a few alternatives to aerial drive, but aerial drive definitely is the best for those people that see red press red, so. And the next best alternative is actually older than it, so it doesn't really help. And that would be Golden Sumo, surprise, surprise. Hopefully they start putting CEs in main interludes. That's actually some really good feedback to give them when they do surveys. I did not think to put that in the last survey that they did. Totally slipped my mind. Yeah, there's a lot of feedback to be given. It's hard to keep track of it all. Oh my god, dude, though, every time there's one of those surveys and you look on like Reddit, the wiki, Discord, and you look at the feedback people give, oh god, it's always stuff like, you know, more SQ and, you know, add, you know, more tits or what. It's just like, oh my god, it's like, it's not great. It's not great. It's concerning. I don't know how much, you know, worthwhile feedback they actually get. And most people won't even do it. It's the thing. Most people won't do surveys unless there's like a really good reward. I'm like, bro, survey me all the time. You don't need to give me anything. Like with Genshin Impact does surveys like maybe once a month. And you know, people are always like, oh, they don't even give you that much stuff for doing them. I don't give a fuck. I'll do them for free. You know, it's good for us if the developers get good feedback, right? That it's good for everybody. You get better stuff down the line. The game will be better, right? And you know, it's a complicated thing because the developer, you can't just blindly follow feedback. That's like suicide. And a lot of industry veterans will say that, where you've got to be able to distinguish between good feedback and knee-jerk reactions. A lot of times you'll get flooded with knee-jerk reactions, and that's a lot of times not good feedback. So you need to be able to know the difference between good and bad feedback. But you still need feedback, and if people are having a knee-jerk reaction, you don't necessarily do what they say, but you need to know that that's whatever you did or whatever's in the game is making people respond that way, right? And so then you need to think about it, right? So knowing that you're having a knee-jerk reaction from your community is actually very important, even if the feedback from the community is bad. Unfortunately, though, you know, you need to have pretty experienced devs to know a lot of this stuff. Yeah, definitely, Ari. That was that was so not right. I should have invulnerability last turn. That was a mistake. That's a fairly decent mistake too, because one turn off the cooldown can add up in a longer fight like this. Achilles is so awesome, dude. I'm so glad that I was able to really focus on getting him over time on my ult account. It was really nice having a super strong Achilles. I think he was actually my first MP5 unit. Oh, MP5 5-star, excuse me. My first MP5 unit was, I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was obviously a low star. I don't know why people listen to the YouTube community of a lot of games, really, but especially Genshin Impact. It's so bad. It's so bad. I think he's so boring now. I really don't like how they changed him. It sucks too because he's a really cool character. Okay. Taking more damage than I would like. At least we're looping. So, yeah, I have noticed, I think the reason Genshin has such bad clickbait, and I think Kat is going to agree with me on this one, because, I mean, we all saw it. Genshin blew up. It was the game for quite a while. You know, it was all over Twitch. It was just in everyone's face. That attracts a lot of bad apples. It's just a fact. I mean, there's a type of YouTuber that basically follows trends. And same for Twitch streamers and stuff. There's a lot of people that follow trends. They're looking where the audience is because they want the money, they want the clout, you know, so on and so forth. Especially the clout. Some people really are just clout chasing. They don't even care about the money. And because Genshin was so center stage, and especially center stage for the mobile community, the, you know, Gacha community and stuff, it was such a big target that, you know, and the people that are chasing clout and are chasing views and the money and those things, they're the kinds of people that are most likely to do clickbait and have, you know, mouth wide open, eyes wide type thumbnails, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's why it's so prevalent in Genshin, is because Genshin was so, you know, bam, you know, here it is, right? Where some of the other games out there, some games are so niche that the only people that play them are people that just really care about the game and really like the IP or whatever. They're not doing it for the clout or anything because they're such small, like, little things in the corner or whatever. Where Genshin is not that. God, though, I hate those kinds of videos, man. And there's some like that for FGO as well. They're not as prevalent in FGO though, but it's like targeting a demographic. You're like trying to take advantage of a kind of a gullible demographic, and I never like that kind of thing. A lot of times it's also bad information and stuff. So there's certainly though people in the Genshin community that are awesome. You know, there's people doing like fan animations that do really good work, and you know, I've seen plenty of awesome things from the Genshin community. It's not like the Genshin community is entirely full of pieces of shit. Of course it's not. But just because it was so successful, I think it definitely attracted an abnormal amount of, you know, that guy. Do I quick up here even though I don't have my NP? Yeah, because I think I'll get it next turn. And I might crit here. I don't know, waiting one turn would not have been that bad, especially if I don't crit here. That's not worth it at all. Okay, we got it at least. Okay, no, that's working out. Yep, no, that was good. That worked out. Oh fuck. Well, I was gonna save this for after my NP, but because he didn't attack us, I kind of need to do it now. That's unfortunate. Yeah, this is pretty good showing for being AoE and just NP1, so not bad at all. I'll have to test him sometime on my JP account and see how he does. I'm not sure he can win. It's just, that's a lot of health at neutral and AoE. It's one thing if you're an AoE unit that has a huge focus on normal card damage, which Achilles has some focus on normal card damage for sure, but I don't know. I don't know. He might be able to do it. I feel like he might be able to do it if he gets lucky. If he gets really lucky and has the right command codes and all that, he might. You'd be pushing it though. E7 was super bad because it's PvP focused. I think it was a big part of that. 98%. Oh my god. Also, I could die this turn. We are one turn off from getting our invulnerability, and we are at 98%. That is so annoying. We were so close to getting so much value there. I guess I art and just hope we somehow live one more turn. I don't think this is going to work out, though. And also, he could triple attack when we have our double hit. You fuck! Man. Not too bad, though. Yep, you're right, Ari. That one turn where I should have casted a turn sooner, that definitely cost me. Because, yeah, we could have gone farther. So, yeah, that was a misplay. Yeah, I remind me next time we're on JP. I want to try that with my Achilles and see how far you can get. I'm not sure he's gonna win. I'm not sure. Oh boy, there's a Kojiro. Definitely see these from time to time, but I'm not complaining. Not the best command codes, but not terrible. They're all right. But all right. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we got Max Grailed Kojiro, Max Grailed Taiga, not Max Grailed Kentucky, and no one else is Grailed. So that's pretty easy then. It's probably just Kojiro and Taiga. Maybe Kojiro is the third one, but because he's not Max Grailed, maybe not. Although maybe you haven't been playing the game super long. I'm gonna cheat and look at the account level. 137. You probably haven't played super long then, unless it's an old account. So maybe you don't have the Grails yet? I mean, you probably still have more Grails than that though, but maybe you're just holding on to them. Okay, I'm gonna say Kojiro is 2K Fode, and then Taiga, and Taiga might not even be finished. But I don't think anyone else has 2K Foes. Let's see what we get here. Okay, Kojiro is slightly 2K Fode, but not max. Maybe Taiga's max then. Okay, so yeah, you probably just haven't been playing that long. So you got Taiga maxed, and then Kojiro's number 2. So I was kind of close, but I'm assuming no one else has any then. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, not crazy about the CE here. I don't know, maybe you don't have other good alternatives, and then if that's the case, then it's certainly better than nothing. There's definitely worse CEs out there than that for Kojiro, but I would not rank a Gut CE too high on Kojiro with the way he plays. He really wants stuff that, because he is able to loop and kind of crit a lot and NP a lot, you definitely want a CE that's more damage focused. But I'm assuming this player is pretty new-ish, so probably just doesn't have a lot of CEs to pick from. That's probably why. I have Grails but no QP. I know that feeling. Some of my accounts aren't looking so good on the QP front right now. At least my main's doing okay-ish. That's true, if you do have Kentucky, probably just not super active then. But yeah, I don't think Guts CE is too great on Kojiro. Just you can get something that's effective. You want a CE that affects both his normal attacks and his NP, because he's going to be critting and NPing so often. Like that one turn that you gain from Guts, you will probably have gotten more than one turn from how much extra damage you could do. Although it does depend. There are some fights that are not like that. What really gets your QP is not leveling people, it's leveling skills. Skills is what obliterates QP. Almost nothing else in the game is too hard on QP. I guess the faux pas system is too. Yeah, faux pas system and leveling skills. Those two things will fuck you up royally. I don't know why they didn't add new Ked's skin. Like, I don't get why they don't add the ones that are so easy to add that they already did the work for. I don't get it. They're already in the game, so I don't get it. I feel like what they are just so obsessed with like adding things when it's like relevant, right? Like so, like MHX didn't get UHZ skin until MHX was had a major role in the story again. right? Mordred didn't get buffed until the APOC rerun, right? You know, they are so big on that. They you know, sometimes they don't do that, but they go so far out of their way to line things up like that. Like, if they ever add a Lion King skin, it's not going to be until, for some reason, Lantoria is in the focus again. And, like, Nukehead's not going to get that as a skin unless she was, like, the main antagonist of an event or something, right? Which is probably never going to happen, so rip. They're just all about that. I don't know why, and it'd be so much nicer to just have some extra stuff here and there, you know, for funsies, but... Because we never got Drake Alter, we never got Minotaur, and even though Minotaur is so much bigger than Asterios, it's the same sprite, just blown up. You know, scaled up. So it would not have been hard to have added as a skin if they'd wanted to. Yeah, Megalos would be harder though. Megalos was not just a scaled up version of Herc like Minotaur was. Herc was, Megalos was, you know, totally unique animation set and sprite work and everything, so he would take a lot more work. Although it would be still really cool if they added it. I wonder, what do y'all think is going to happen when they add Asterios animation update? What do you think is going to happen with Minotaur? Because with Ushi, she is a very simple palette swap for her corrupted self. So giving her the animation update is like nothing, right? Where Minotaur, although is 100% using regular Asterios as his base model, there is extra art done. It's not just a recolor, right? Like literally, Corrupted Ushi is a recolor. Where Minotaur is using the same rigging, he's got like the same bone structure, and like the paper mache stuff, right, is using all of Asterios' stuff. So that's all the same, but they did draw a lot of new stuff, you know, like his, you know, hair is way fluffier, if you will, you know, and there's like a lot of different stuff on him. So there is drawing that's being done, so it would take more, it wouldn't take loads, but it would take more work to give Minotaur the animation update than it did to do Corrupted Ushi. So yeah, Ares says nothing, and I do, yeah, chat's overwhelmingly saying nothing. I do think that's kind of likely, because again, even though it's just using the original set, and they could do that again, like they could copy paste Asterios' animation updates, its skeleton work onto a new model and stuff, just like they did with Asterios and Minotaur originally. But they'd have to then redraw also the other stuff, and they're probably not gonna bother, which is dumb. They should. We'll see. Maybe they'll surprise us. Maybe they'll, and hell, maybe they'll add it. Maybe they'll add it as a costume then. And what about this though? What about this? Would this change y'all's mind if, whenever Asterios got an animation update, it was for a story or an event that Minotaur was in it again, right? Like Asterios was in an event, and like Minotaur was also in it, or he goes Minotaur mode or whatever. Like for it's a you know an event story or a main story, whatever it is. Asterios is relevant again, and then Minotaur is in it again a little bit. In that case, I actually think then they probably would give it the animation update, and they probably would make it a costume. But if it's not that specifically, I don't think it's going to happen, so... Okay, we only have 9 stars. I'm gonna use my second skill just to see if we can get some crits on this turn. Because it's nice to crit when you've got like the quick up and stuff. 90% crit on the Buster card. That's tempting, but we probably should not use it. Oh, right, that'll reshuffle it. That worked. That's a little bit better. Not way better, but it's a little bit better. I will have faith in DW's laziness. They have been better this year. I mean, they've still had lazy stuff this year, but they have been better. Well, at least we got a crit. Part of me wants to... I might just quick. I might even art quick. I really want to NP next turn. I think that'd be really good. If the enemy had a hit count worth a fuck, I would do quick. But because the enemy does not have a hit count worth a fuck, I think I'm gonna do this. Ah, man. It'd be totally fine if the enemy had a good hit count, but he has to crit us for us to get it here. Damn, I should have done quick then, because I would have gotten it. I would have gotten it on this turn anyway, so I could have just made a lot more stars and stuff. So that was wrong. That is super unfortunate. I was trying to get the double quick up, which is so good on Kojo when you NP and you have double quick up, but damn it, didn't crit there. Ugh. Yeah, I hope Lost Belt 6 is soon, but I don't think it is. I think we have a ways to go. Angra's stage is decently hard to solo. There are some units though that just counter its gimmick quite a bit, but it is pretty big. Like that one, you can actually use Lancers and have it not feel bad, right? Like, because even Ku had to work to solo that. Well, we got value out of Guts because of the 116 health. I'll take that. You know, I don't think I've actually tested Canis there. I should try that sometime. If she can do it, she's probably going to need Yang CE, just because of the invulnerability gimmicks and stuff. Like, I don't think she could afford to wait. I would love it if I could somehow go around the wheel and get our evade again, but I don't think that's going to happen at all. That's a long shot. Look at all these not crits, though. I do like how often we can cast his second skill, though. It's that short cooldown, man. It's nice. There have been many crit fails on this run here, and I don't think we've ever gotten to NP with double quick up. It's not working out. But with an enemy with a hit count like this, it's a bit random. Oh man, if we could live one more turn though, we could do it. If I did like Art Quick here, or maybe even Quick, we could have probably have gotten double NP here, but we're out of health, so we dead. I think we do that, even though we have Quick Up. Well, for a 1-star with a pretty suboptimal setup, I think he still did pretty solid for being at neutral, but we could definitely do a bit better than that. He could probably, with the right command codes and the right CE and with some luck, because the luck was kind of there, could probably get to maybe 720k-ish range. Not bad though, not bad. It's tough when you're you got 1-star stats though. 1-star at neutral, I seriously, 1-star at neutral there. None of his other, 1-stars out there at neutral I think would keep up. Like, he's probably gonna do the best. Aside from if someone can counterclass, but that's not at neutral, so. Okay, what do we got here? Fucking disgusting Cha-Cha. Oh boy, not a fan of this support list. Not my cup of tea on like any of these units here, but that's how subjective things go. Who are we guessing though for 2K foe? Okay, we've got Max Grailed Curse Arm. That's the only thing I like on this entire account. Max Grailed Cha-Cha, Max Grailed Chloe, Max Grailed Trap Face, and Max Grailed Thickcaster. This is gonna be hard to figure out. Well, because Cha-Cha's in the all slot, I'm gonna guess she is 2K foed. And then because it's so random, and like everything else is just so different, I'm gonna guess Curse Arm is the other one. Like, cause it's just so out of place. And then if there's a third one being worked on, I'm gonna say trap face, because people be like that. Alright, let's see. Okay, got that right. What about curse arm? Did not, nope, nope. Let's see. Okay, well, I did get that just the wrong order. I thought it was third, but it was second, or potentially first, but, so who's the other one? I just clicked the wrong button. Who else was grailed? Okay, I don't think there is another one, so it's probably just those two for now. Okay, time for the midget. Now, she's a berserker, so probably anniversary blonde. We're only gonna be living so long here. I mean, she's definitely gonna die, but, you know, we'll try to get as far as we can. She's AoE. She is a berserker, so you get the counterclass damage, but, not gonna be doing as well as Kualter here. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Darius really is a better unit than Cha-Cha, especially since they buffed Darius. I don't like Cha-Cha, but they really should buff her. It's just silly. She's basically just a okay, and sometimes what I'm about to describe is actually all you need to get the job done for certain styles of content. But she is basically a generic, and I mean like generic, like imagine a gray block, right, which is stats and no skills and just like a generic NP, like just, you know, it's just generic buster NP, AoE buster NP. She's a generic AoE buster berserker. Like her skills are so low impact, and she doesn't have an upgraded NP and all that. It's just like, why though? Like, I don't like Cha-Cha, but there's no reason for her unit to be like that. You know, she's technically slightly better than if you had a purely generic like stat stick unit with an NP with, you know, no effects on anything, but not by that much. So she needs NP gain here. We'll go for overkill. F the stars, we'll just go for as much NP gain as we can get. We might have to use our first skill the turn before the dragon. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Fuck. Man, even if I use it, we won't get our NP, so I should not use it. That is really unfortunate. I can get 1 NP gain. Oh man. That's bad because we're not gonna live very long, so we really want to do like the NP cast skills, because our one chance of NPing like twice would be getting our first skill up so we get more NP gain from the enemy attacking us and that kind of thing. So that's really lame. I actually kind of want to... Oh no, there's no point in casting it now. That sucks. Bad start. Probably could have cast this last turn. I guess I try to make a few extra stars here. Just, the one good thing about delaying here is we'll have a more optimal crit spread, which is nice. Don't crit me, brah. I know you have a decent crit chance, but just don't. Just give me a few turns and just don't. Just... See that? I hate this. I already have to be like, do I need to cast Guts? I wish he'd only double attacked us there. I'd be feeling better about living here. Okay, I'm gonna not cast Guts because if I cast it now, we're gonna die so fast it won't even matter. So if he triple attacks, we're probably gonna die. If he crits and attacks, we're gonna die. So I need him to like... He can attack twice, but they have to be normal attacks. Cannot be crits. So he can attack twice and buff. So if he triple attacks, we're dead. If he crits and then normal attacks, we're dead. If he just crits, we might barely live. So if he crits and double buffs, we're probably fine. If he double buffs and normal attacks, we're fine. Like, look, it's pretty 50-50. Like, the amount of outcomes, it's pretty 50-50 here. But I gotta try. At least we got 200%, so I'll take that. Like, if I guts now, we're dying so fast. I gotta try to get at least one more turn. The NP's kind of cool. That's like the one nice thing I can say about her. No. He attacked 6 times in a row. Out of 2 turns, he attacked 6 times in a row. If he had buffed once on either turn, doesn't matter which one, if he had buffed once on either turn, we would have lived there, and then I could have done guts, and then we probably would have gotten our NP again. Thanks, Dragon. Like, obviously, we weren't going to get super far, but we could have at least gotten another NP turn in, I think. Dragon was not having it. I really want them to add story replay. I was just thinking about that before the stream, because I kind of want to make a video for Demeter and Zeus, like I did for King Potato Chips, where I put it on my second channel, and I like have commentary to kind of explain like what the fight is and what you should be aiming to accomplish, and like my thought process throughout it. I think because the reason those fights and not like random challenge quests and stuff is it's because it's something that's in the way. People need to do those stages, right? So I think it's kind of it's more meaningful to do that kind of thing. Like same thing for King Potato Chips. If you want the Grail and stuff, you've got to do it. It's, you know, a lot of challenge quests are, you know, just side content. It's not nearly as important. So it'd be kind of nice to do that, but I'd want it. The only way I could do it right now is if I used the footage that for my videos that I've already done, where that's not really practical, right? Like those videos aren't for showboating; they're for explaining what to do and what you should be aiming for, right? That the King Potato Chips commentary video, I'm not showing off. I'm showing what's practical. What can you accomplish with a minimalist, you know, options available to you, but what do you need to do, right? And so a lot of stuff that I did in my Zeus video and my Demeter video weren't really what you would do in a more minimalist kind of setting, or because not just for like difficulty, but for like you're more likely to use something strong if you have it, right? So where in those videos I kind of avoid using some of those things, so it just doesn't make sense, right? So I'd like story replay so I could do them again and try to look at them and be like, okay, what's a setup that is, you know, very mimicable, that will kind of articulate the kind of team you want to build if you have kind of limited options. So I'd like to do that, but yeah, I need story replay, I think, to do it well. My Apple count, I don't know what it is on NA. Still pretty high. It could be way higher because I don't even grab the apples for most events. I don't touch most events on NA. I don't like do the stages once to grab the apples. I don't even do that. So I'm surprised it's that high, to be honest. But yeah, not as high as it is on JP. Oh, well, after an ungodly amount of time, Poi Poi finally gets the trap face solo. It finally happened. I'll give this to Poi Poi though. One, very dedicated, and two, he, out of all the units I've been using, a lot of them have only been like maxed, right? Their command codes are normally kind of scuffed, and their CE is kind of scuffed, and we've had a few people like the CE is Golden Sumo or Aerial Drive or whatever is meta for them, but then their command codes are scuffed, or then the command codes are good but their CE is scuffed. We have had very few just truly maxed out units, right? And this is completely maxed out. These are very good command codes. These are, you know, max skills, got all the buffs. But the CE is probably level 100. We'll check all that in a minute, but certainly prepared. All right. Well, I know his trap face is 2K Fode. I don't even have to. Like, I know that one. Who's the second one here? Hardly anything slotted here is Grailed, so it's pretty much just between Jolter and Tomoe, and I suspect all three of them are getting 2K Fodes. The question is which one is like last. I'm gonna guess it's first is Trap Face, second is Tomoe, third is Jolter. That's my guess, and maybe none on Jolter if maybe he's saving them for somebody. Okay, got that right. Also, Golden Sumo is 100. So I'm talking about this is not scuffed in the slightest. This is a maximum trap, right? This is the biggest trap that ever trapped because there's nothing I can critique here, right? These are the best command codes you could have. Wait, no, tiny critique here. The art card command code is shite for this because that's like Divinity Crit, and there's no Divinity here. But that's an unbelievably minor. I mean, NP5, level 100, 2K foe, level 100 CE, very good CE for the unit. It's the biggest trap around, so. Alright, let's see though, is Tomoe 2K foed? No, well, she looks like she's third, so it might be Jolter then. Yep, fuck, I got it backwards. I said Trap, Tomoe, then Jolter, but it was actually Trap, Jolter, then Tomoe, so I was close though. At least I got the trap right, but I've known Poi for a while, so something would be wrong with me if I got that one wrong. Okay, God, trap skills. Either Default or Atlas. Because of his buffed skill, I'm thinking we do Atlas. It's 8 turns? Bruh! Why is his second and third skill both 8 fucking turns? What even is that? Why is his second skill 8 turns? Why? Fucking Medusa has a higher stun chance than him, and I'm pretty sure hers is a shorter cooldown. And I get it, that's like her thing, and fair enough. But yeah, Medusa has 100% stun chance. And it's actually Petrify, which same thing essentially. And hers is a 6-turn cooldown. And again, that's her thing. It's okay that hers is better, but that's so much better, right? His is a 90% chance to stun, and it's an 8-turn cooldown. Oh joy. And then her attack up, I think, is better than his too. Yeah, because they both have it's literally monstrous strength. They both have exactly the monstrous strength skill. They're both a 5-turn cooldown, but hers, I think, is bigger and it lasts 2 turns, where his only lasts 1. Jesus. They should at least buff his second skill to have a 100% stun chance. That doesn't even make sense. That's so weird. I mean, his third skill is pretty good, so his third skill I can understand having the longer cooldown, but not, like, what the fuck? Well, I guess, I don't know if I do Atlas, man. Those cooldowns are long. But I guess we try it. So what we need is maximum NP spam. Like, we're gonna focus completely on NP gain. Now that's a tall order for Trap Face, because some of the worst NP gain in the entire game. But the NP effect is so powerful that getting that up as often as possible is gonna be really helpful. The music knows. Okay, we should get our NP. We have 2 turns to get 5 NP. I think we got it. I mean, I would agree that Medusa, lore-wise, is a stronger rider, but balance-wise, it's not like, again, I don't care if Medusa's stun is better, right? It's that it's way better, and then also so is her other skill. Like, it's kind of silly. And they're both riders, for God's sakes. They're both quick riders, for God's sakes. He might kill it, but it's probably fine. 1 less star in Stella, but then his card will make more than 1 star, so... Okay, we're good. If his NP gain was incredibly high, he'd actually be broken. Like, that would be so powerful, it'd be absurd. That's kind of the problem with putting an effect that powerful on an NP. You either make the unit way too good, or then you give them unbelievably bad NP gain, and then they're reliant on supports and stuff. It's not the best way to do it, in my opinion. I think he'll do okay here, though. He is a better unit than people think. People act like he's like the worst rider in the entire game, which is that's just not true. Like, there's problems in his kit, and it can be annoying, but there's a lot of good things in his kit. His third skill is pretty strong now, although the RNG is still kind of annoying, but and his NP effect is super strong. Guess I just cast this now. If the dragon doesn't attack 3 times, I actually can't reapply it. So I don't think I go maximum NP gain just yet. I think we do that. Although I may be underestimating how bad his NP gain is. I'm underestimating how bad his NP gain is. Bruh! So, one, he did attack 3 times, and then, I like how he crit, so we got the better NP gain. You can't tell! You can't tell! What the fuck? I absolutely should have done art quick. I was like, I know it's a meme that his NP gain's bad, but it's not that bad. No, it's that bad. God fucking damn it. I wish the dragon then had only attacked twice. Oh my god, bro! Oh god. Oh god. So remember when I said I should go for maximum NP gain? I was right. I was right. I cannot believe. Let me chat. Listen to me. The dragon did everything he could to help us. Right? This is not his fault. The dragon did everything to give us more NP gain, and we used the battery skill. That's the thing. We used the battery skill, and yes, I didn't do art quick, but I still picked combos that were very high NP gain, for God's sakes, and I don't have much fucking NP. Okay, I'm gonna just try that one again. Poi did not wait this long for this shit to happen. Gotta actually find him again, but that was bullshit. That was I cannot believe it's that bad. Like I know, very bad NP gain unit. I got it, but like that's just fucking stupid. And then Poi vanished into the night. Oh, look, it's Cairo. Can you imagine if we had gotten him at the top somehow, even though he hasn't logged in a day? I think he's been focusing more on JP lately, so that's probably why. Game? You wanna give me Poi again? I know I have 87 people in my friends list now. This right here is why I do not keep my friends list maxed out. It is the just worst experience of all time. How do I get Cairo twice? How do I get Cairo twice? Like, Poi just logged in a minute ago, so like, what? Cairo is always with us. Come on, game. God damn it, dude. Yep, definitely gonna have to remove, like, almost everyone ever, when we're done. Because can't summon anything. Boy, could we, you probably have already logged in again, but, if you could log in again, that might help, because, this is awful. Any day now, game. I remember when I had a max friends list and I was trying to make videos for NeuroFest. That's when it was like, nope, not doing this. Like, this is awful. I can not once have we gotten Poi Poi again. Yeah, and Arknights is also worse, Fury. Arknights' friend system is somehow probably the worst one, actually. Epic 7's is quite bad, but Arknights' one is pretty... You have a daily cap on how many times you can refresh. I actually think FGO just hates Poi Poi. How about this music, though? It's good times. What is going on? I don't understand. Is Poi Poi banned from FGO? Is that what happened? I don't understand. How do I get Kai? Oh, I guess Kai logged in pretty recently. Chat, I'm losing my mind. I did not think it would take this long. Poi, did you remove him? Oh my god, that'd be next level. That would be pretty next level plays right there. That's something I would expect TF to do. I did get Sansoned earlier. My mana count has gotten like 4 CE drops for the JP event. And I don't even like the CE. It's not a CE I care to double limit break at all. It ain't no golden sumo. Okay. I gotta check. Someone did remove me. Somebody did. We're at 86 out of 87, so somebody shot me down here. Nope, it's not Poi Poi. It's right. They logged in a minute ago. Try logging in again. Generally, if you like double log in, like basically just keep adding and removing a CE on a unit. Like go to your extra slot and just keep changing the CE and just keep sending the support list through, because at some point it's gonna put you at the very top when you do that. That's what I do when I need to like absolutely summon my ult account, and it pretty much never fails. Because I've noticed sometimes the first time you update the list, it doesn't work. I've seen this so many times where, like, let's say I've got like Edmund up and I change Edmund's CE to, you know, the QP CE or whatever, and then I update it. A lot of times it doesn't go through it, but when I go back to his other CE, then boom, it's there. Okay, thank fuck. God, that took a while. Do you believe me now, chat, as to why it's fucking awful to have a lot of people on your friends list? Like, now imagine trying to like summon a level 1 George. You have to have someone that with a level 1 George pop up, or you're trying to summon with like your friend's specific unit, right? And then maybe the solo's hard, and you need to like figure it out, and you want to test different CEs and different Mysticos and shit. it's just awful. My ideal number is like 15 friends, but that's like I know way too many people, you know, and it's I could never get it down to 15 anymore, so it sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, I should have known when we barely got our NP in time, even though we have 50% starting NP, and we get 40% NP from our units dying. So he needs to make 10 NP, and we barely got it. So that should have told me how bad this was going to go. I am so worried right now. Overkill saved me. Okay, I think he got it. It'll round up. It'll round up. He's fine. I legit would have CS'd if he didn't get his NP, because that would be like, okay guys, I'm just redoing it like if I had gotten an art card at some point. I know we barely fucking got it, and we needed the roundup. We literally needed the roundup. Oh boy. You know what's so bullshit is that could miss. This dragon doesn't have magic resist, and that could have failed. I would lose my mind if that fucking failed, dude. Like, holy shit. Okay. Now, unlike this time for real, no matter what, we are going for maximum NP gain. I don't even care. And it's not like last time I was going for really minor NP gain. I wasn't. I was doing combos that very much favored NP gain, right? Big time. And it 2 turns and we still didn't have it. When the dragon attacked 6 times and crit us. Okay, I'm just literally, I don't care. I'm just doing art quick. I don't give a fuck. 90% buster crit, that's great. Don't fuck it. Just fuck it. The nightmare though is what happens is the dragon doesn't triple attack, so we don't lose the evade right away. And then like, but we still get it. Because see, what I should have done, because that's where the crits were, is I should have done buster, like maybe quick art on that one, right? And then if I fell behind, thankfully he attacked 3 times, but if I fell in behind, I could do full NP gain on the next one. But I don't even care. I'm totally okay with just being super. Wait. I was about. See, literally any other unit in existence right now, it would be so safe to do buster, quick. It would be so safe, but it's not. It's literally not. If like the 90% doesn't crit and the dragon like only attacks once, I don't think we're gonna get it. Like I don't think we're gonna get it. But I'm gonna bet that we are gonna crit, and then the dragon will at least attack twice. I swear to fucking God. I swear to fucking God. If this fights me, okay, okay, we're fine. We're fine. We doesn't matter what the dragon does. We got it. Jesus, though, that's so dumb. Okay, gets our attack buff again. Alright, stuff goes really downhill from this point on because we don't have our battery, and our NP rate is just gonna drop so hard. You're like, oh look how often we're applying the evade. It's so good, guys. It's we're not gonna see it that many more times unless we get super lucky. But the one thing that really helps them though is the crits. Critting can help make up for the low NP gain. So yeah, the art crit is what we really want, which we got. So thank fuck on that one. He cannot have more NP gain than this. Until they add the command codes later that have NP gain rate, and then like the Merlin one, there's no way for him to get more NP than that. The Merlin command code is a must for him. If you're a big trap fan, team play or solo, doesn't matter. I think the Merlin command code is an absolute must for him. There's a couple of CEs that give you more MP gain from when you're getting attacked, but it's not really worth it. And yes, in terms of them like going into the game and changing gain rates, they can, and they have, but very rarely, like so rarely do they do that. One of the only times that they've done it where it wasn't packaged with like an interlude or a strengthening quest was Ryder Mordred. They hot fixed Ryder Mordred and just changed her under the hood rate gain rate, and there was no interlude, nothing. They just did it. Most of the time, like Iskander got an under the hood NP gain rate change, but it was you have to do his interlude to get it. Which is weird because the game doesn't tell you. The game that when you do that interlude, the game does not tell you that it changed his gain rate, but it did. Guess I just stunned now. Maybe I could have waited until I had applied. No, it doesn't matter. People think it matters with protection from arrows. It doesn't. It doesn't matter when it goes away. As long as it gets you 3 hits, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't do anything. I'm not having any of this. I'm just going art quick. I can't believe I'm doing art quick when I have that much MP, but it's just God no. Okay, got our 3rd skill back. We will never get it again though, because that was the Atlas one. That was the one that was the lower cooldown, so we're never seeing that again. He's doing alright though. For being AoE at neutral, he's doing pretty good. Yamakusa Extra is another time they kind of changed something like that. That's kind of a weird one though. It wasn't changing the gain rate under the hood, it was changing the hit count. But they've done hit count stuff a little bit more. Because Emiya, they changed Emiya's art card. It used to be 2 hit, now it's 3 hit. Where Amakusa, they didn't even universally buff his hit count. What it was before, if he did a long range version of his extra attack, it had 1 hit count. If he did close range version of his extra attack, it had a different hit count. And they just changed it so the highest hit count applied to both. As much as I like making those extra 4 stars, I would rather have the crit here for more MP gains. But it's pretty damn rare. I wonder if... No, I'll do quick. Rare that I would go for the higher crit chance there than the star bomb, but I think it's okay here. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna win. He is doing well though, but one thing, no shots, but part of it is because he's so properly upgraded. But this is why it's so good to properly upgrade somebody. It's like you can really get some big value out of them. But I do think Trapface is a better unit than people give him credit for. Like, because his NP is just so fucking good. It's so fucking good. It's just you pay for that in another area, which would be your gain rate. But you know, he's pretty good. He's not nearly he's not, you know, one of the best riders in the game or anything, but because a lot of other riders, you know, if you upgrade them to this extreme where they're 2K FO'd and NP5 and all these things, you know, they're gonna perform really well too. Because like we're doing better than Achilles, but that's because Achilles was level you know, not 2K FO, and then he was NP1, right? And he did not have a particularly good CE, and he did not have very good command codes. Like the different, this shows how much you can help a unit out if you like them. If you're not only do you do everything you can, but you pick the right command codes, you pick a good CE, like you know, it really pays off. You can really make a unit a lot better. However, if, for example, let's say this Trapface was maybe level 90, 1K FO, NP3, you know, he would still do better, I think, than people think. He's not a bad unit. Like, it's just not amazing either. I will say though, in team play, and I'm sure Poi Poi has experienced this in the short run, if you're in team play with Trapface, and it's not going to be a super long fight, he's actually pretty good because of his battery skill. You can just have a 50% starting NP, then you use his NP, like, it's actually pretty great. You could just, boom, free AoE, right? That can be good for farming and some challenge quests and stuff. Where it's, like, annoying as balls is when it's a longer fight and it's like a challenge quest, and then it's in a team setting. Because then the NP gain rate really starts to catch up with you. You know, at the beginning, you can boom, boom, wham, bam. But then it's like, oh god, right? Because when you're not getting access to your deck every turn, the NP gain rate is just unbearably bad at that point. And you basically just don't NP unless you have a unit to give him battery. I'm so tempted to do Buster. I shouldn't, though.
Yes.
I'll take the 90%. No, I'm not taking a 90%. I'm gonna take the guaranteed crits. Any unit, though, that has a 50% battery has uses. That's such a handy thing to have, so. Ultimately, I think Trapface is just a pretty strange unit because he has some very big positives and some very big negatives, so the end result is pretty whack. Yeah, this is what ultimately will always kill him. No matter how much you upgrade him, he does not have hard survival, so unless it's a fight where you can drain the enemy's NP by doing certain gimmicks and stuff, like the Void Cheeky challenge quests and stuff, the NP's in a solo, the NP is just gonna get him sooner or later. I tell you, yeah, I mean, there's nothing we could really done about it. I did everything I could to try to get my NP. I guess I could have held on to my last NP, but we're so low in health that ultimately I don't think it would have mattered. I think he did fucking phenomenal, like, because he's a 4-star too. He may be upgraded out the ass, but he's still a 4-star. And he went well over halfway. I shouldn't have done art quick last turn, though. I should have done damage because I wasn't going to get my NP again. That's a fucking pipe dream, so. Yeah, he did totally fine. Now that MP gain was not so good. Seriously, 490? AoE neutral? Like, that's pretty damn impressive. I mean, that's well above average of what we've seen from people that are doing, you know, neutral AoE. It's way above average. And that's like a credit to two things. One, the unit is better than people think, and then two, Poi Poi has truly maxed his trap face out like that. I tell you, it's people are always saying, is it worth it to go from 90 to 100 or 2k foe and everything? It's like if there's not one unit you really want to get that, you know, make them get the job done, right? It super adds up. Doing, you know, the CE, CCs, MC, 2k foe, 100, all those things combined result in a stupidly strong unit. Alright, this will probably be the last one for today. This is fun though. It's fun checking out what people got. Oh god, I didn't have my ruler thing up, but I didn't look. I didn't look. Alright, what do we got here? So Max Grail on what? Hardly anyone. I think it's just aside from our all slot, it's just the extra what's her name? Okita Alter, excuse me. That means it's probably just those two then, right? I guess I'll say, oh, yeah, it's just both of them, I guess. I'd actually kind of lean towards Okita Alter, though, being, if one's 2k foed and one's only halfway or whatever, I think Okita Alter is the one that's 2k foed. Let's see. Oh wow, they're not even 2k foed at all. I'm surprised by that. Okay, she is 2k foed. Is anyone else 2k foed at all? I guess Q's grailed, but he's not 100. So, what level is this account? 139. I'm confused. Maybe you're just stockpiling? That would be my guess. They're just stockpiling. Well, man, I saw Q was grailed. It's just he's not max grailed. He doesn't have the little spark thing. I will say though, you easily, especially on NA, but even on JP, you easily see Q as a gold more than a silver when you look at support lists. Like, no question. Like, if someone bothers to slot Q, they've almost guaranteed grail him, and like he's such a popular grail target anyway. Everyone's 10-10-10 though. Oh well, except for Zerker Lot, although those skills of his are not exactly amazing, so understandable. But everything else is 10-10-10. And got the George, although I never like level 1 George with his Bond CE. I fucking hate that, because if you're using a level 1 George, you're wanting to get rid of him ASAP to just like get your unit, get access to the deck immediately and stuff, right? You're not really wanting help from your taunt walls, right? That's like the whole point of it. and so you don't want the invincibility and that kind of thing. Where you know, if you're using like a George to actually live 3 turns, that means you have a real team. You're not soloing, and then you want the Bond CE makes more sense. The 2 times I don't like seeing George Bond CE is on level 1 and on level 100. Because level 100, yes, he's going to be in a team setting and stuff, but you know what you don't, and if you do, you're dumb. You don't bring a level 100 George to die in 3 turns. You don't fucking do that. You bring George to tank a lot, and you get those 3 turns of taunt and then all that, but then you keep going, you get the taunt back. It's only got 2 turn downtime, right? And you try to have him like really mitigate damage for your team. And so if George is going to be on the field for like 7, 8, 9 turns, you want a CE that's doing something every turn for those 9 fucking turns. Not do one thing when he dies. It's not worth it. I really think George's Bond CE is one of the most overrated Bond CEs ever. Or just overrated CEs ever. Not that it's bad, it's very good, and in certain times it's hilariously powerful because you can like completely block a boss's gimmick and stuff like that. And in a solo it's really strong, but it's kind of cheating. I don't like using it in solos because you want to test the unit, not LOL George is carrying, right? But like a lot of times it's better for George to do other things because George's death, you may not be able to control the exact turn that he dies. You might, if the boss is like NP gimmicks and stuff, you might be able to manipulate the exact turn that he dies. Like in Gwaine, you can manipulate it. But because you can't always know when he's going to die, sometimes his Bond CE will go off on some random turn, and then the invulnerability gets pinged off, then the boss AoE NPs. It's like, well, that wasn't very helpful. Where you could have had a CE that was always going to do something for like all those turns that he lived. So I really don't think it's right to put Bond CE on George on level 100. Now there are certain bosses where it's right, but for more times than not, I don't think it's great. And I see it all the time though. I see it so commonly. Okay, they're gonna have a bad time. They're gonna have a bad time. We'll see how far they can get, but they don't have the best kind of toolkit for this, and they're not 2K FO'd and all that, so they're not gonna shame themselves, but I don't think they're gonna do too well. They're not the strongest solo unit, and it's because they're duoing. See, they're getting penalized. What's pretty scary about them lore-wise is what's her name? It's like it starts with an O. I forgot what her name is. Anyway, she's stronger than the average servant by quite a lot, actually. Most servants can't even get like penetrate the defense of her hair, for God's sakes. And I thought I did guess 2K foes. I guessed Tokita, which I was right about, and then I guessed them, but they weren't. Yeah, she's stronger than the average servant. So, and he's weaker than the average servant, but there's still both of them, and how strong she is, yeah, they're pretty nasty. Ares just trying to make me doubt myself, right? The plot. That's spy work right there. They hate making batteries for 1 to 3 stars or welfare units that are a large amount of battery. They just don't do it. Well, I'm probably gonna have to use their battery then. I guess I'll use it now for the cooldown. If I had just known that we weren't gonna make it, I would have cast it on turn 1 because it'd almost be back by now, so that'd have been a lot better. I should have known though, they didn't have starting NP. That sucks though. Not only did I use my battery skill, but I'm not sure where even. Yeah, no. Fuck, that's terrible. Misplay! Yeah, at that point, I should not have even cast it. I should have just, because it's going to take 1 turn to get my NP, and it would have taken 1 turn even if I didn't have the battery. So I should have either used it on turn 1 and have the cooldown really short by now, or I shouldn't have used it at all, and it'd still be available to me right after I NP. So that was not ideal. The only good thing about that is I get to do the rather rare thing with them where you actually can make some extra stars before you NP. Gotta go for a lucky art crit or something. I really like their animations though. I actually think they have some of the better animations for a welfare. Especially because they had to do more work than normal because it's 2 sprites. I actually really like them as characters. They're pretty great. Yeah, their kit, I wouldn't say their kit is, like, they're kind of fun in a team setting in that they're mostly DPS, but they do offer some okay support to their teammates. But what really bothers me about it is the lack of survival. I wish they had survival. If they're gonna have more subpar, like, I think it's fine for their team support to be kind of subpar because they're, it's like a bonus, right? They're mostly supposed to be a selfish unit that gives themselves, you know, attack up and art up and battery and stuff. But as a bonus, it also hits the team. But it's not enough damage and team support to warrant not having a survivability skill at all. So I think it's kind of weird. But yeah, I love their voice acting, I love their design, I like their story, and like their characterization. Their animations are great. But yeah, their gameplay is a little, it's not bad. They're totally serviceable unit. But, and they are nice in that they're an art DPS writer, because those are extremely rare. So if you have art supports you really like, they're a nice option. But yeah, they don't like keep up with Kentucky in terms of DPS by any means. But then their support isn't anything like right home about, so. But I love their MP. Their MP is so fucking cool. Also, their Valentine's Day scene is hilarious. And if it wasn't for plot armor, I think we would probably have died there. And we would have deserved it too. This sucks. This turn right now really sucks. This is not great. I don't think there's even a point in using my battery here. But they're very much a team unit. They're a team DPS unit, and they normally struggle quite a bit in solos. No survivability skill, you know, because their abilities are meant to also hit their teammates. Their selfish value is a bit lower than normal. Like, there is so much that works against them in a solo context. And they're not the strongest unit to begin with, but yeah, the solo is just not their cup of tea at all. Their Valentine seems definitely up there for me, but I do really Lobos is still my favorite. I guess it's technically, you know, for White Day, but you know, kind of just use the two. So. At least for the, you know, the way they do the scenes. What I really like about them is not only is it really unique because they're one of the few like pair servants and they have a pretty interesting dynamic and everything, but like they're both totally flushed out characters in their own right. It's not like a gimmick or anything, right? And that's really good. So yeah, if they were like more gimmicky, then I don't think I'd like them so much. But and like there's really no character like them, right? Like individually even, right? They are very unique compared to the cast. Yeah, they offer fucking nothing to a stall team, I guess, other than helping a little bit with the battery, but it's not great. I guess I do that. Well, they didn't do so hot, but I wasn't really expecting them to. 'Cause yeah, they're not the strongest unit ever, and then they're not max upgraded, and a lot of their stuff just doesn't do well in a solo anyway, so. But some of the reasons they do bad in a solo do translate to their team gameplay. Them not having any survival is not something that's not great, right? Now, obviously, you can, if someone's so strong in another area, it's okay if you don't have survival, but they're not super strong in another area. So the part of why they do so bad in a solo does translate to their team gameplay, but it's a bit, their team gameplay is a bit worse than what you would normally expect because they have team-wide stuff, so. Bit of an oof, though. Yeah, and they have a chance to drain NP. I fucking hate those. Alright, boys, I think we'll wrap up there. It's getting a little late. That was fun, though. I'm sorry I couldn't get to everybody, but it's kind of impossible. I'm going to I guess I'll just, like, remove everyone ever for the most part. Oh, God. Oh, God! If I had done one more, I would have gotten that. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. If I had done one more fucking stage, I would have gotten that. I like how it's limit broken too, by the way. Jesus Christ. Anyway, ICE indeed. Oh my god. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna remove a lot of people so I can just add people again for the next one and so on and so forth. Because yeah, we're literally out of room here. But thank you for hanging out, everybody. It's a good time. We might go back to JP for a little bit. I might try play some other games coming up, but we'll definitely come back and do this some more. We'll poke into NA from time to time. All right, let's raid somebody. I wonder if Cairo is streaming. Let's see, who is... Twitch, would you like to load anything? Thank you. Okay, there we go. Like, nobody playing FGO on my my list here. Let's see. I don't recognize anyone streaming FGO right now. There are several people streaming it, but I don't recognize any of these fucking people. Wait, no, I recognize one. I recognize one, but yeah, a lot of people I don't recognize here. We'll hit up not Zogan, I think how you say it. All right, boys.
And look, this is
Oh
right here.
God, the audio is bleeding over. Okay, I got it. I know how to raid. I've done this before. Totally professional streamer. All right, lads. I will see you later. Peace.